You name it. You name it. Look at here. Look. Look. I got beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, rams, hogs, dogs, chicken, turkeys, rabbits. You name it. Look. I got beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, rams, hogs, dogs, beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, chicken, turkeys, rabbits. You name it. Beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, rams, hogs, dogs, beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, chicken, turkeys, beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, rams, hogs, dogs, beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, chicken, turkeys, rabbits. You name it. Beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, beans, greens, beans, greens, beans, 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 greens, potatoes, tomatoes, chicken, turkeys, beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, chicken, turkeys. You name it. You name it. You name it. You name it. Beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, rams, hogs, dogs, beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, chicken, turkeys, rabbits. You name it. Beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, rams, hogs, dogs, beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, chicken, turkeys, beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, rams, hogs, dogs, beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, chicken, turkeys, rabbits. You name it. Beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, beans, greens, beans, greens, beans, 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 greens, potatoes, tomatoes, chicken, turkeys, beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, chicken, turkeys. You name it. You name it. You name it. You name it. You name it.
In the middle of the night or early Friday morning, depending upon where you are in the world, a group of experienced comics professionals get together to examine and instruct about the art form that they love. That's great comic artwork on Comics by Night, Fridays at 5 a.m. Eastern, here on the Indie Comics Network, indiecomicsnetwork.com.
What was that? This is not a charade.
Yeah. We got greens, beans, potatoes, tomatoes, you name it.
Yeah. Loved it, man.
She
Was
said
jamming
she's.
to that.
She said she's got dog too.
She
Hog.
said lamb. I didn't hear dog. I heard lamb, but
Dogs,
Hog and
hogs.
dog.
Yeah.
Dogs,
yeah.
hogs.
Yeah,
Dogs and hot dogs.
she's got hot dogs. Yeah, hot dogs and ham, yeah.
Oh, was
Ham
it hot
hocks.
dogs? I thought she was cooking
Yeah, hot
fighting.
dogs. And, oh, yeah.
Who knows?
Collard greens and ham hocks.
Good
All
morning.
good stuff.
So obviously next week is Thursday. Next week's Thursday is Thanksgiving. So here in the United States, we're going to be celebrating with. I'll be smoking a turkey. I'll be busy getting some food ready for the family. We got the whole family. Well, almost the whole family. I think the whole family coming over here. Best side anyway, coming over here to the house. So I gotta paint the dining room. That was one of my goals, to paint the dining room before we had guests over. So got to get that done, and then so we got a lot of work going on around here, and it's gonna be pretty fun time. So we're not gonna be broadcasting next week. All right, no Thursday broadcast. Imagine that. Pedro, do you guys celebrate anything like Thanksgiving down in?
We're Latin American. We have nothing to celebrate.
I know. Well, you don't even celebrate Cinco de Mayo down there.
No,
Because that's
Cinco
not
de
even your
Mayo
independence. Yeah.
It's not even Mexican either. Like Mexicans
really,
don't
no.
celebrate. Yeah, it's a Mexican American party. We celebrate November the 3rd. That's when we separated from Colombia. And on November the 10th, we celebrate their separation from Spain. But we suffer all year long. So yeah, no Thanksgiving.
So no Thanksgiving. Right?
Yeah.
How about you up there in Canada, Whiskey? You got anything to be thankful for?
It's not snowing yet.
Do you have like a Thanksgiving type holiday, or is that?
Yeah, we do. Yeah, Thanksgiving. I think it's on a different year than the U.S. one.
Different year?
Different date.
Probably a different year.
Date. Yeah.
So when the Vikings hit Newfoundland and
Yeah, exactly.
learned how to cook squirrel,
Thankful for the access.
More or less.
make maple syrup. Here we are.
I'll tell you what.
Yeah, I'm thankful for the Canadian Strategic Maple Syrup Reserves.
There you are.
Look,
Yeah.
I'm thankful for that too. I'm also the first person decided to eat a squirrel to teach us how to fry up them vittles. Squirrel's delicious. Squirrel is delicious. It
I've never
is
tried squirrel.
so good. Everyone's like, "Oh, I can't eat squirrel." No, it's delicious. I used to go squirrel hunting every year.
Any meat's good if it's prepped right.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Except maybe human. I don't know. So.
Yeah, thank you.
Well,
Thank you
I'll let you
for
know
that
this
language.
week.
I was getting scared.
They're delicious.
Yeah. Whiskey the android over there was like, they're perfectly.
Yeah, like we had an albino last week. No, it's not the
Yeah. I don't know.
Soiling-
Would you prefer the dark meat? Like,
The dark meat, yeah.
like that's like how would you
Hey,
how would you do that? Like how would that?
Always tastes
some
sweeter.
lady,
when tenderized properly.
Yeah.
Would it be more racist or less racist to like one race over the other?
Oh man, like everybody loved the dark meat, and
It's like,
all
oh,
my
I'm
people,
sorry, I only.
Of course, you're not touching the dark meat. Because
Of course.
It's all melanin.
I don't
It's
know.
all melanin
course.
levels anyway.
I would.
of course.
Yeah, it's like, what is it?
Dad-
Why aren't you eating the black guy? Why are you only eating white guys? I don't get it. Are you
All that
racist?
good dark meat, and you're
Oh
racist.
no! What are you doing? What are you doing there?
Put some gravy on
Can't believe it.
Don't do
Ku Klux Klan. Oh no!
Yeah.
The only cookbook available is Dahmer's, and it all calls for white meat. What can you say?
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
Actually,
Dahmer
that's
had-
not accurate. Yeah.
That's not
Yeah,
true,
Dahmer-
is it?
Dahmer-
He
No, he
Dahmer loved the
liked the
budget.
variety. Yeah.
He liked the brown boys.
Mm.
He liked the ones that couldn't speak
Ed Gein
English.
and- Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah. You see, Glenn Fleming always bringing the spirits up. Like, not to
Oh,
bring
yeah.
the tone down.
As
but
always,
Never
yeah.
mind Thanksgiving. Next Wednesday is the 60th-year anniversary of JFK's murder.
yes.
Thank you, Glenn.
Thanks for the reminder.
Yeah.
Thanks for the reminder there. We do appreciate it.
Yes.
Ah,
wow.
Let's do something a
Set
little
the tone,
different today.
baby.
Let's
Yeah.
go directly to the chat this morning and see how they're doing.
Let's do it.
Because I'll be honest with you, I am thankful. I'm thankful for our chat. I'm thankful
Yeah.
that they're the ones that kind of drive me to get out of bed early on a Thursday. Welcome, Ronan's Reviews. It's good to have you here. He's first. And then Woke Breakers, dang it, second. Yep.
Hey, guys, I'll be back in a minute.
First. It
I'll be
says
back in a minute.
6:50 p.m. So he was first last night.
Yeah, he's been waiting for a while, I think.
Yeah.
Schism popped in here this morning at 4:27 a.m. saying welcome. And he says, hail there, you filthy bacon ears. It's good to have you here today, Schism, for a nice insulting show. Praying for a nice insulting show. We will get a few insults out there, but not aimed at you or anyone in particular. I love that.
It's a little mad Amish working there.
Mad Amish. Let me see. What's Ronan does
Mad
says a little rebranding going on in my camp this week as I have extended in some other opportunities. So it's Ronan Dust. Ronan Dust now. Welcome. Welcome. We got Dave Brink in the house. Greetings, everyone. It's great to have you here. We got Levi Skeen. Hail to the chat. Welcome.
Yeah.
We've got the one and only Russ Leach, the comic book black belt, sizzle sizzle. And we got Hicks Villain in the house. What's up, my friend? It's good to see you here today. Yeah. And Russ says, I'm too old for this shit. I'm pretty sure he's talking about that song we played there in the intro. That's a lot of fun. My daughter loves that. She's like, we got beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes all the time. She's at a zoo. No, she's at the Thanksgiving table. Welcome, Mad Roof, this morning. Welcome, Mad Roof is in the house this morning. There you go. Work. Click. Dang it. Good to have you here. And then we also have Glenn, as aforementioned. The turkey must feel very thankful. Yes. I think I'm going to do a turkey and a small brisket this year on the smoker. But on with comics. Yes, on with comics, my friends. Randy, how was your week, man? How you been doing?
Been crazy, but good. Drawing monkeys now, thank goodness. Finally back to drawing monkeys.
Yeah. We're about ready to get that book going. That's be fun.
Yeah.
Have that one out there. It's been a crazy week. We got some weird things in the news to talk about. It's like we're in Crazyville or something. Nothing serious.
We are in Crazyville. We are in Crazyville. Yeah. You got that right.
Yeah, I think maybe we are. It's ridiculous out there. One of those moments I wish I had that. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills.
We're in Crazyville,
and I don't have it.
Bathtub of Looney Bin.
Some folks kind of need to be slapped around and told to be thankful. You know?
Right? Yeah. You know what I mean? It's pretty bad when Gary Busey's sounding like he's the only sane one around here.
It's pretty crazy.
Whiskey, how was your week, man?
Yeah. Well, other than being under the weather, I guess not so bad. I got to lots of rest, sleeping in. Yeah.
You're still not getting better?
No, I'm getting better now, but for the week I wasn't feeling good at all.
Yeah.
It's not the vid.
I don't think it's a vid. I think it's just some other kind of crud of some kind.
Be careful. Gotta be careful. Build that immune
have to be
system
careful.
up.
This is the time of year people start getting sick
and
not getting better. That's the worst part, when they're not getting better. You want to make sure you're getting better. Take plenty of vitamin C, take some zinc, some vitamin D. Maybe even a little B12. Be a little B12. I take my body weight in supplements every week, every day. It's crazy.
I recently read that vitamin A can be alter your mental state if you take too much of it. Not sure what that means, but
anything can alter your state if you take too much of it.
And Dave says we had a recent moment where the world was normal. Yeah, for about 20 minutes on a Tuesday.
It was the middle of
a couple
the night.
Weeks ago. Yeah, it was like 2 or 3 a.m. The whole world was normal for one brief moment, and then spiraled back out into chaos.
I think that's when X went down for a short period.
I think it might have been.
The TikTok stopped working for a minute.
No TikTok? Oh my gosh. Pedro, man, how was your week? How's it going?
Pineapple's away from itself.
Pineapple Head's away. So I know Pineapple Head moved. Like he's moved. Like we learned that last week. He's up there. He's further in the mountains than he used to be. Further in the mountains.
It's probably better that way.
It's always better that way. Get up and away from people. People are weird. Guys, we're going to go ahead and jump into The Fishman. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and jump in to some
Gotta
news. Let's
get
do
away
that.
from that
Look at that. That was
Wow.
that was almost professional.
geez. Wow.
That's a transition. It's almost like that Spaceballs one where they're doing the fade out, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, wow,
Soon
that's-
people will stop reading regular comics and buy digital, all digital.
Yeah, I see that happening.
Yeah, check that out. Ooh. Woo woo. All digital.
Woo woo.
Look, it's I believe that a lot of people will buy digital. I believe that. I do. But it won't be all digital, my friends. It won't be. But Amazon is shutting down Comixology app. We knew this was coming. We know that they fired a bunch of people over there and they kept the app up for a little while. But now it's you're just going to get it through the Amazon app or the Kindle app. So Amazon announced Tuesday through emails to affected customers that they will be merging the Comixology and Kindle applications on iOS, Android, and Fire OS on December 4th, 2023. Now, this was affected customers. I did not get the email, which means I'm not an affected customer.
It's
Did anybody else get an email? Anybody out there get an email from Amazon or Comixology?
This is probably why they decided to drop it. Nobody's using it.
My sister says yes. People are weird. They are, sis. People are weird. I'm hoping you have a happy Thanksgiving this year. Comixology was junk. Was junk. You only get a few books, included that were off the wall stuff. You could not get any of the old stuff without paying out of the butt. And really, there's few ways to pay, and the worst one of the few are out the butt.
Out of the butt.
Uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable.
Isn't there a couple of free apps that were good back a couple of years ago?
Yeah, they've all gone the way of the dodo, though, I think. So any books purchased on Comixology will be automatically visible in the user's Kindle library. Amazon also mentioned enhancements they have made to the Kindle app to deliver the great digital comic, graphic novels, and manga experience you're accustomed to in the Comixology app.
Bootlicker, our prices have never been lower.
They have never been lower. What's funny is that the technology for Comixology app is really not that complicated. I mean, other people have duplicated it and have actually improved upon it. So it's easy peasy for them to roll that in, which we have some new technology we're rolling into our site probably today, because it's been in the testing environment all day yesterday. So probably today will be the rollout of that stuff. We'll talk about it later because it's big news. It's on the end. It's some of the stuff I'm thankful for. All right.
I've been looking for that clip. I can't find it.
Which one's that? He's hunting clips.
I can't find it.
Did you practice that tie-in before the show, Luke?
Which tie-in?
The whole the thankful for thing.
I did not.
It sounded slightly rehearsed. I apologize.
I'm sorry. That is completely segued. That's completely off the cuff.
Off the cuff.
That's pure talent, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Well, that's what
And everyone's gay once in a while.
Yes, they are.
I found it.
Don't lie.
That was 3 minutes ago.
Did it or not? Yeah.
The Kindle library now groups issues, volumes, and omnibuses from the same series. The user can hide and unhide specific comics, graphic novels, and manga. The in-app filter menu has a comics and manga item. Members of Comixology Unlimited, Kindle Unlimited, or Amazon Prime can borrow comics, graphic novels, and manga titles direct in the application. So I don't understand why we need all these Prime things, like all these unlimited deals. But it's like what's happening with Disney Plus. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But Disney Plus is merging officially with Hulu, and the price is going up. It's like, so before, if you're on basic cable and you wanted the Disney Channel, it was way cheaper than it is now to have the Disney Plus app for a year. Mm-hmm. Way cheaper. And so I've found YouTube TV. I don't know if you guys have experienced this or not. I'm on YouTube all the time already. So YouTube TV just makes sense. but it's like you can DVR everything and watch anything you want to, and it's like live TV, but with the power of like Hulu. So we're gonna get rid of Disney Plus and Hulu because Disney Plus has just been putting out one piece of junk after the other.
Yeah,
Just
like,
big
what are
old
we gonna
fat
do?
nuggets of turd nuggets, man.
I'm sure.
What are we
in that
gonna do with
article
all
they-
that amazing content? Yes, it's like, ugh.
I'm sure in that article they mentioned that Disney has to pay to take over Hulu here real quick in the billions of dollars.
Yeah, bunches of money.
It's just crazy.
All right, so Margot Wood is the new VP at Image.
Yay!
I can't remember the person at all. What did Margaret Wood do?
I'm not familiar. Let's find out. Image Comics has restructured its sales department, including the addition of Margot Wood as a new vice president. Wood is the new VP of Book Market Sales, reporting to Image publisher and CCO Eric Stevenson. In that role, she'll oversee Image's book channel sales and the relationship with Simon & Schuster, its book market distributor. Image Book Market and Library sales manager Chloe Ramos will report to Wood. Ramos and director of Direct Market Sales, Alex Cox, previously reported to VP of Sales and Publishing Matt Parkinson, who joined Image last year. What's Parkinson doing now? Parkinson has left the company, and Cox will now also report directly to Eric Stevenson. So did Cox leave on his own accord, or was he asked to leave? Wood has had sales and marketing. Here's what you're.
Parkinson left the company.
Here's what you're looking for. Wait, listen
Cox
to this.
hasn't pulled out yet.
Cox may never pull out, and Wood is here to stay. Hey yo,
Only because Ramos is in between them.
Wood has had sales and marketing. Come on, guys. I'm trying to read the news. I'm trying to be Ron Burgundy. Stay classy, panel. Now all I can think of is just like wiener joke and like innuendo stuff.
What is innuendo? I don't know what
you guys are my favorite degenerates.
Wood has had sales and marketing stretches at HarperCollins and Oni Press.
There you go, Oni Press. Yes.
And most recently at TKO Studios. So here's what it is. These people are just shuffling from one company to the next. They're not bringing in fresh blood. They're not bringing in new ideas. It's the same stale people that have ran this industry into the ground that are just being shifted from one company to the next. Margot, I'm sure she's a lovely person. I wonder, probably if we check her bio, she's probably got all of her pronouns in there. Just, like a good professional.
Come on, you can do it. What were you going to say?
I'm not expecting major uplifting for the industry. This is not what the industry needs.
No.
It's just more shifting and moving around. It's like what the Catholic Church does with the pedophiles. Hide the pedophile, find the priest. It's just moving from one place. It's not eliminating the problem or creating a solution. It's simply just brushing the problem off onto something else. Why did this guy leave? Was he forced to leave? Did he see? Is it one of the rats leaving the ship? We see a lot of that happening. How many of these mainstream, quote unquote, mainstream people are going to indies to create and doing crowdfunding? We see them on Zoop. We see them on the green site. See them on the pink site. Which we have some news about that today as well.
And
we have
a lot of times you have to keep in mind that these second and third companies probably don't pay as well as Marvel, and we know how much Marvel's been paying their editorial staff. Yeah. So it's not really jumping a sinking ship as much as trying to pay their bills. Another opportunity.
I've also heard that Marvel is really late on invoices. Yeah. Like they're more than 3 months because there's like you can do 30, 60, or 90-day net.
They do have a cash show.
They do their 90-day
problem there at Disney. So
they do. They have one.
They do.
Yeah. And part of that reason is this weekend's box office didn't go so well for the Marvels. The Marvels had the lowest. Now we're going to read two different articles on this because the let's be honest, a paragraph doesn't do really what's happened here justice.
But seriously, it went exactly as expected for anybody outside of, anybody that's in comics that saw what this product was.
We said it.
It went exactly the way that everybody thought it would. Yes.
The Marvels had the lowest opening ever for a Disney MCU title, bombing both in the U.S. and internationally. Domestic box office was $47 million. Worldwide, the film grossed $110.3 million, according to Deadline. That's substantially below already reduced expectations. Tone, lack of marketing, superhero fatigue, and a 61% Rotten Tomato rating were all factors.
Of course it was. Yes.
Do these companies not understand how like made to TV movies work or something? Because that's what the quality they're throwing out.
No, they don't.
And like it's not going to be a blockbuster. It's made for TV. That's all you got. That's all you can do. You're cold turkey. Nobody cares. Go back to
this is another chick saying she's hot, man. That's all this is. I'm hot. Nobody wants to dance with you. I'm hot.
The lead on this, her previous movie cleared $1 billion, but it was because it was between two blockbusters, and they falsely marketed it to give everybody the idea that they had to see it before they watched the Endgame.
Not only sandwiched between two blockbusters, it was sandwiched between the climax of 10 years of Marvel.
So
that's true.
The budget here. Let me move our faces around so that people can see this better.
Faces around.
All right. So the budget for this movie was $2.7 million. That's how much it cost to make this movie. And you got to remember, that's the reported budget. So you also got to take into account marketing, which is at least $150 million. So they brought in. They needed to make. Oh my gosh. Okay. So let's start doing some quick math here.
You have to remember this movie had 3 large market pushes because they kept pushing the deadline back.
They're still
pushing
it.
There was a big ad push, and then they moved the deadline back. Another big ad push, they moved the deadline back, and then now.
So you're looking at $425 million, and they take, what is it, 60%? Let's say 60% of the box office is what they take home. So they need to make that times 60. So they need to make so let me see what they need to make. They need to make $680 million on this movie to break even, folks, to break even.
Not going to happen.
Not happening. So if you look at this, it's very, very clear. Disney's Marvel Cinematic Universe is no longer a bulletproof box office franchise. That much is clear after the Marvels misfired with $47 million on its opening weekend. The percentage-wise, that's not even 10% of what they needed. Well, maybe 10%.
I'm looking at the Twitter ad here for it, and it's at Marvel Entertainment. It says The Marvels is exactly what a comic book movie should be.
See, it's not though, right? So they did no setup on Monica Rambeau at all, like hardly at all. The only thing you saw from her, she got her powers because she walked through a field, an energy field created by essentially a bad guy who she let go. Wanda is not a good guy. Wanda has never been a good guy. And they're trying to because they don't want to flat out make her a bad guy in the MCU. They're afraid to, I think. Brie Larson is one of the most insufferable people out there. I put her up there with Rachel Zegler and the little guy. What's his name?
I don't know. I think
Peter Dinklage.
Peter up. Yeah.
Peter Dinklage. Just completely insufferable.
Well, I'm sorry, but Dinklage at least knows how to act.
Right.
That's true.
And he's a dwarf.
The only person that's very likable in here is this actress, which people are making a big deal because she's 21 years old now. She's and very, very beautiful, very curvy, and we're like, well, they didn't do any favors for her in that costume. She's playing a 17-year-old girl. Guys, come on.
Yeah.
We're not trying to sexualize teenagers, right? She's playing a teenager. Of course, they've got to hide what's there, right?
Yeah, and the thing is that her costume is based on a bikini, so it makes sense.
And it is, yeah. It is. It's the character. It is what it is. but the character was never popular. Even when Feige's like, oh, it was a popular character, it's not. But what's most disconcerting about this whole thing is people have been telling them, you lack story. Look, their storyline for this is the bad guy, who's a gender and race swapped version of a character from the comic books, is trying to steal the air and water, trying to steal the atmospheres from a planet. That's Spaceballs, folks.
Exactly, that's Spaceballs. Operation Vacuum Suck.
Yes, suck. Yeah. Everything about this movie was terrible. It's a standalone. It has no bearing. You don't have to have watched anything before this, and you will have to watch nothing after this for this to matter to anything. It is nothing. They did such a poor job on the writing, and all they did, and now even Feige's coming out and saying, this is a feminist movie. And if you're not supporting this, it's because you're a bigot, and those aren't the kind of fans we want. Well, guess what? When you start saying that crap to the fans, they leave. Kelly Sue DeConnick had everything to do with this.
Yeah.
You know, remember the "you don't like my politics, don't buy my book."
She was only a slight advisor on this, wasn't she?
She was a heavy advisor on this.
Was she?
They admitted that she was a heavy advisor on this because of her run of Miss Marvel, of Captain Marvel, which was terrible.
Yeah.
Nobody bought it. Nobody bought it. And this day of like, watch it or you're a ist or a phobe, I think that's over, man. I mean, that's not even working in Comicsgate anymore.
Yeah.
Like, people aren't buying books just to own the libs. Like, maybe, a few people. But that's not really a thing that people do now. You know, like, we're over it.
And to show you
the
level
it was
of
Spaceballs versus with the V plot.
Yeah. Dude, okay, I have a question now. Is there a can of Perry Air in the movie?
Oh, I hope so.
That'd be awesome.
Oh, dude.
Well,
now I watch
sad, but it would be awesome.
The photograph there says it all as far as respect for the industry of the nature of comics goes. The only actress that's in a comic correct outfit has the dullest one on.
Yeah,
and that was the outfit that was worn by the male counterpart.
And they look so miserable.
And she's got Marvel's outfit on, only it's dark.
Yeah.
It's Superman,
it's not
Man
bright.
of Steel dark.
Yeah, it's not bright like it should be.
Dull.
And then, so Captain Marvel in this movie knows that whenever she uses her power, she's going to switch with Kamala, right? Mm-hmm. But yet she still does it, putting Kamala in extreme danger.
Most of the time. Sometimes they do it and it doesn't hold up. That
right.
From what I understand, I haven't.
Yeah,
seen
they don't
the
even
movie,
keep. They don't even keep that mechanic throughout the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's really just a waste of time. And by the way, Hicks Villain, $650K a week to have that dumb cat up there. Oh, and look what they did. They totally neutered Nick Fury. He was babysitting cats in this movie. Oh man, I'm telling you, they have completely destroyed the MCU. I don't think they're going to be recovered from this thing. I really don't. I don't think it's a possibility.
Hojo's being.
I am never going to financially recover from this.
Hojo says, Bree won an Oscar, Randy, you bigot misogynist. No, not really. Just the Oscars are a popularity contest anymore, and they're not given out on merit.
It's just like an Eisner.
Yeah.
It's not. You're not exactly nominated like in Eisner. You're not nominated in Eisner because your comic book or the work that you did resonated with the audience. You did it because your peers thought you were cool.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Awards are fine and all, but I can buy groceries with an Eisner, so I don't really care.
Does this movie pass the what's it called, the Bechdel test or whatever test?
Apparently, it does.
The Bechdel test?
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, the Bechdel test. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. So this movie was a complete failure.
On every level, too. I mean, there's not a level of this movie that doesn't show the lack of talent or respect that the industry deserves.
Lack of storytelling, lack of preparation, lack of understanding the audience, understanding the content, working with the wrong people on this thing. Look, go woke, go broke. I mean, it's It's a cliche for a reason. Quite honestly,
Validated.
yeah, it's valid, and they're doubling down on that. Well, if you don't support it, then you're the problem. Quite honestly, that is an old argument. It didn't work for comic books. It's not going to work for movies.
It's not even an argument. It's an excuse.
Well, my favorite thing about the advertisement stuff, though, is that they're saying with that line, it's exactly what a comic book movie should be. That's what this is what they think a comic book should be.
Oh, that's
it's trash.
Yeah.
Yep, that shows the lack of respect they have for the genre and the industry.
Yeah, 100%.
Anyway, all right.
Simple.
I'm going to switch back over to this other article, and Randy, you're going to read for a second, please.
Sure. As long as I can keep from laughing.
Yep.
What is it? SAG-AFTRA has reached a tentative agreement with the AMPTP, officially ending one of the longest labor outages in Hollywood history on November 9th, 2023. The strike, which started on July 13th of 2023, lasted 118 days and overlapped with the WGA strike that had started 30 days prior. The tentative deal provides consent and compensation to members for AI usage in productions and establishes a streaming participation bonus for actors, which sadly means that they're going to have to bring forward their actual streaming numbers in order to pay these actors, and everybody's going to be surprised at how little viewership they get.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
You know, this whole like paying the actors off, they can just roll that back progressively, you know, whatever, until it's absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
You know,
This is a great opportunity for actors to know how much people don't care. No,
it's a great opportunity for AI to be able to generate actors away from actual physical actors, is what it is. As Nintendo announced that they are developing a new Legend of Zelda live-action movie, according to Variety. The new movie will be helmed by Wes Ball, who directed Maze Runner.
Good movie.
Baby.
Good movie.
Yeah, great movie. The Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, and
That was
written
all right.
by Derek Connolly, who penned Jurassic World.
I liked that movie.
You liked Maze Runner? Seriously?
I did.
It's also involved in the
cool.
production
Wow.
of Super Mario Bros. I'm on the fence on this one, gentlemen. Like, Zelda's is an iconic kind of thing. Like, if they get the wrong actor in that one, that's just ugh.
Yeah, that's what they said about Avatar too. The last Airbender.
Right, but look, here's what I
How that
expect
worked
to
out.
see. Here's what I expect to see: a migration from comic book movies to video game adaptations into live action or animation.
Well, they
man,
probably
that's-
have a higher respect for video games because of their lack of actual plot in a lot of these.
Probably, yeah.
So it could be.
So you mentioned Avatar: The Last Airbender. Well, Netflix unleashed the official teaser.
Which actually looks better than the Shyamalama Ding Dong movie.
The Shyamalan, yeah.
It is. This is a series. This is going to be a live action series. Netflix has actually been doing pretty good lately.
They have.
I really like a lot of the stuff they're putting out.
And I understand One Piece is amazing. I keep meaning to sit and watch it, but
Yeah, it's good.
all the reviews on One Piece says it's really
It's
good.
good for what it is, though, because the thing is that if you don't like the manga and the anime, you're not gonna like this series because it's very close. But as an adaptation, it's the best thing Netflix has ever done because it's really close to the anime without being cheesy. Because the character design in One Piece is very particular, and sometimes some things will not translate great into live action, and they took that into account. So it was well done. But if you don't like One Piece, you're not gonna like the series. So,
I do like One Piece. I think it's gonna be good. There's a new app. There's a new Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
The sequel to Afterlife.
Yeah.
The trailer looks fantastic.
Yeah, I don't like the Frozen Empire. I like the name, but I like the concept. But Frozen Empire sounds like net.
Frozen made a lot of money with the kids.
Yeah.
That's a key word for them. That's what they're thinking. I'm sure.
I'm sure that's not what they're thinking at all. That's
I bet it's
ridiculous.
exactly what
No,
why
that's
they named it.
ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
No, that's silly.
That's how Hollywood works, dude. I'm telling you, that's exact. Frozen. Can we put Frozen in the title? Frozen made a lot of money. We need to make a lot of money.
I can see somebody saying that though. I can picture it.
Yep.
Before we get super far ahead here, with I wanted to comment on the Netflix thing, the Airbender. Wasn't there like another TV show floated a little while ago about the same thing?
Yeah.
The Avatar, but it was
That's
like
probably it.
but the plot for that was received. I don't know. They were saying that they were like in high school students or something, like in the academy. They weren't actually going to follow the Airbender plot. Yeah.
Oh, was that was canned?
That was canned.
Well,
so it's a different one.
Yeah, it was a different one.
Don't forget when they announced the latest He-Man Revelations thing that everybody was really excited about that too, because Kevin Smith was attached to it. And see how that went.
Well, Kevin Smith has lost his juju.
Everybody has a great opportunity to suck here.
Yeah, I no longer am interested in anything that Kevin Smith is producing. I used to be a huge Kevin Smith fan.
Yeah, me too.
A huge fan.
Great.
I still consider Dogma to be the pinnacle of his quote air quote talent. Yeah.
I was always on the fence with
And
Kevin Smith because of my fat friends. I was always on the fence with Kevin Smith because he was their hero. I'm like, dude, he's good, but not that good. Stop it.
Yeah.
So they were all like, he's fat, I'm gonna be great. Like, no, that's not how that works. It's not because he's fat. It's because he went to film school and he basically dropped out and made clerks. And that gave him that aura. And then he became with his universe, I think it was called. And then he did like the Dogma.
Sorry, StreamYard's being a little punk today.
Now he's it's all downhill from Dogma.
I think that as soon as he lost all that weight from like veganism, all the brain cells or whatever, it also went with it. Because
look, everybody who gets famous being fat and then is no longer fat, they're not good at what they do anymore. Like Drew Carey's not funny at all. He's just some lame, like some lame host now. It's like everything. I'm like, Jonah Hill. He's kind of a. Now that he's not fat and funny, he's skinny and kind of a douchebag.
Yeah.
I actually never liked Jonah Hill from the.
There's also the possibility that kale can make you woke.
Oh, it's dangerous. Kale.
Dangerous. Yeah.
Here, let's watch this trailer.
This is the
I'm gonna watch this trailer. Here we go.
I'm telling you, it's going to be another hot one out there. In fact, there are heat alerts in effect for New Jersey, feeling like 100 degrees.
You're going to get struck for this if we're not talking over it.
Yeah, that's fine.
What is this?
Yeah,
The Predator movie?
Yeah. But why the soundtrack, like the nostalgia? That's a very old song. You know what I mean?
This is the new trailer.
You get what you can afford.
Wow.
Probably. But I don't know. Everything's Stranger
It's a cool summer. That's why the name of the song fits the movie.
Yeah.
It just works.
It's a bit.
You see the ice fights? And they go to Frozen Empire? Like, dude, it's a better name.
It's a bit too disaster movie for me.
From the ground, yet. Yeah.
Scary.
Yeah, it has like a disaster movie element to it. Like, I appreciate it.
Yeah, I love Day After Tomorrow or whatever it was.
For the first time in New York history, people froze to death in the middle of July.
What is it?
The death chill. The power to kill by fear itself.
Look.
That's actually half of the airtime the original Ghostbusters have in this movie.
Yeah.
Bones.
Yeah.
And the last thing you see is your own.
They seem to be in it quite a bit, actually.
Winter is coming.
Literally scared to death.
So cool.
Fast and Oswald is the only thing that's giving me pause.
I don't know, man. I'm on the fence in this one too.
Fell for that, Pedro.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, dude, that's the thing. This needs a better name, man. It needs a better name.
It does, yeah. Yeah, it needs a better name, but
I'm telling you, that's why they chose that name.
Yeah, I can see that happening.
That's why they chose it.
Frozen, man.
well, I'm gonna tell you, that movie's gonna make money.
Yeah.
That movie's gonna make money.
Yeah,
I'm already
I
like,
mean,
shut up. I just want to go watch it. Shut up.
yeah, the Path on Oswald, and the thing that they chose that electronic song because this is like a present tense movie. You know what I mean? And I think that they're jumping on the bandwagon of freaking Guardians of the Galaxy, and like making those soundtracks from the '70s. Like, yeah, people love '70s.
Look, it's super racist to say this now, but because because they make it racist, but everyone loves the nostalgia of the '80s because it was an easier time. So when you say make America great again, that's what that Orange Man was talking about. People had money, people enjoyed themselves. There was, we were starting to get racial equality. I mean, we had problems, but we were progressing in the right direction.
Yeah, but, the '80s was the birth of rap. The '80s gave us Eddie Murphy. The '80s gave us Prince. What's so racist about the '80s?
The '80s gave us me.
I'm just
saying.
The '70s gave me the world. So,
I'm just saying. Yeah. So I think that one's actually going to be pretty good. So that movie's doing everything that the Marvels is not.
To cap this, that's exactly what I was going to say. Now is a great time for these studios to really give it to Disney by making great entertaining products. Let's see them make money. That's the thing. And prove Disney wrong and their little woke agenda BS.
Yeah.
So the only way to keep Hojo
every day. Oh no.
From going to, I mean, it's like his kryptonite.
Yeah, kale and soy milk.
Yep.
Just to keep the beast in check.
If he ate steak and drank whiskey every day, he'd be a freaking dictator.
He'd be Genghis Khan.
He'd be Genghis Khan of anti-woke.
Steak.
You should see Afterlife. I really liked it. It was actually, and I don't like anything these days. Like I think everything. I'm like, well, that sucks. I'm like, oh, that story's lame.
Right now, you have to pay for it. So we're patiently waiting for it to get on one of the free.
I mean, Afterlife was nostalgia, like full nostalgia. But I appreciated the movie. Like I don't think, I loved it, but I appreciated the fact that they at least, they
did good on
the 80s movie.
They did good on the fan service on the Egon outro with that was great. The whole thing, I mean, there are elements of that movie I wasn't a fan of, but there was a lot to like about it, more than bad.
Yeah. One thing that really bothered me is recycling the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. That made no sense to have it back in the movie. You know what I mean?
What made no sense to me was
money.
Was
money. The one we can sell plushes now.
I'm sorry. Hold on, Pedro.
That way, yeah.
Whiskey, what were you saying?
I said that didn't make sense to me was Paul Rudd is in the thing.
Oh no, that makes total sense because Paul Rudd is he's a national treasure. Think of one person that doesn't like Paul Rudd.
Me.
Besides you. Whiskey, you don't like anything though.
Yeah. And you're Canadian.
You're Canadian, so you don't count. Okay. In America, Paul Rudd is loved.
I don't know.
He's my wife and I's one hall pass. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking.
To be fair, Randy's close to Canada. I mean, he almost counts.
He almost counts.
Yeah.
I gotta tease my Canadian brethren.
Only the 10.
I have the clip and I don't have it here. Where South Park blames everything on Canada.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
it's Canada's fault. It's Canada's fault. Rolling for initiative, the recent decline in tabletop card games.
On Canada's fault.
Oh, this is Canada. Speaking of Canada's fault.
Before you start, the problems in Panama are because of Canada right now.
Really?
Because the mining company is Canadian. Yeah.
It's our fault.
Yeah. Once again, full circle.
Yeah, once again, it's Canada.
But look at this. So we've been talking about everything they're making. Card games were going up. Sales up. And so everything flooded to make card games. Mm-hmm. Now it's oversaturated and there's a market full of tabletop card games. And now the market is in decline. Rolling for Initiative is a weekly column by Scott Thorne, PhD, owner of Castle Perilous Games and Books and Cardone. What the hell is a PhD doing owning a game and bookstore? How
Wet
like
bees and being locked in
talk about
lockers.
wasting your education.
Yeah.
Putting that degree to good use. That's what
I see they're putting their trust fund to good use.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Our store hosts 3 pre-release events for Lost Caverns of Exalian. Exalin. This past weekend, and while our turnout was pretty abysmal, I was glad to see other stores in the area had solid turnouts. I've noticed and have seen confirming comments from other stores a drop off in pre orders of booster boxes, especially draft boosters. Our pre orders on draft boxes have dropped to 0, and our pre orders on set and collector boosters of new sets of Magic the Gathering have dropped to 80%. So here's what we're seeing. There are so many expansion packs. And I was wondering if this was going to happen because each one of these packs and booster packs are so expensive, but they're gouging you for price. It's like all of the variant covers for comic books.
Yep.
They're exploiting the market and they're strip mining it the same way that they've strip mined comic book fans. And just like the article we read last week, if they keep this up, they're going to destroy the market altogether. This can't look good. We're on a bubble as is. The economy is currently on a bubble that's getting ready to pop. We're already seeing it right now. The housing market is right now. It's the worst possible time to try to buy or sell a house. It's not good for anybody. The market is in serious problems, having serious trouble, and I think we're seeing the precursor to this card game phenomenon going down the drain as well. That's just
the thing. Like in a saturated market, like you'll get to see who has the staying power, like who's here for the right reasons. Because the thing is, like if you go into the market, it's like I'm gonna make money. The moment you're not gonna make money, you leave. So the people who really love, and it's the same thing with comics. The people who really love the craft or the hobby are gonna stay, and things are gonna stabilize. But this kind of movement, oh my God, the market is gonna crash. Yeah, it's gonna crash, but people who really love the craft are gonna stay, and things seem to balance because we're not gonna
Pedro,
die.
can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Who still loves Magic the Gathering? Because
Nobody.
Exactly. They've alienated their original fan base, pushed them all away, and then they went for everybody else in the progressive echo chamber.
The colored hair.
It's the playbook. It's a playbook.
Yep.
It's the how to lose money playbook.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Randy, you want to keep reading for me?
Sure.
I'm not sure how much making
pre-release weekend into a fall release weekend has to do with this decline, but it does not appear to have helped the situation. Online sellers have cut the price on booster boxes to $10 to $20 over cost, which doesn't help. However, most online sellers appear to adhere to the restriction that they cannot sell until the official release date, which does give brick and mortar stores a bit of a leg up. I'm not sure if a week's delay in receiving product outweighs the extra 40 to 80 bucks the customer pays in store for a booster box. I've read of some stores eschewing the sale of booster boxes altogether, preferring to sell Magic by the pack, which offers a better margin, albeit with a bit more labor and smaller sales. A few stores have even said they've opted to drop Magic and other TCGs altogether, preferring to shift their focus to other non-collectible games that generally require much less effort to sell. If you're going to sell TCGs and make that your focus, you must invest in a decent single selection space, in organized play, all of which costs extra money. Magic has gone through a slump like this before. Of course, there were not so many variations of Magic for retailers to consider. I've noticed similar drops in booster box sales of Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon TCGs. Pokemon customers no longer swarm over our new releases when they hit the shelf, as they did a year or two back. They found Yu-Gi-Oh! Players tend to come in heavily for premiere events, purchase everything they can get that weekend. Then, when the set officially releases, crickets. Booster boxes of Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG can readily be found online. The date of release below cost of a few percentage points above, or a few percentage points above. After the premiere event, due to its publishing model, interest in Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG generally shifts from packs to buying single cards, which, like Magic, we've seen slumps in both games in the past, so expect them to turn around. Just hope it is soon.
Yeah, the problem is with these slumps, a lot of these stores are not making it through it. I saw 2 ads on Facebook this week for 2 different comic book stores that are closing and they're selling all their product. 2 different stores that I saw.
Yeah. It's going to be worse at the end of the year as everybody closes out their business year, which a lot of people do at the end of December. You're going to see a lot of these stores just quietly close and not make any type of announcement whatsoever. So, folks, if you have a retailer out there that you like, you better go out and visit them, support them as much as you possibly can.
Try to buy gifts from them, from their location this holiday season for your
graphic novels. Make great gifts.
They really do.
I do applaud Wizards of the Coast trying new things like Universes Beyond and Lord of the Rings scene boxes. The Universes Beyond commander decks move extremely quickly, and we regularly get customers coming in looking for older decks, which we unfortunately have none. I didn't expect much in the way of sales from the Warhammer 40,000 and Doctor Who commander decks, so I was pleasantly surprised at how quickly they sold out. Well, that's because both of those properties are on an upswing right now.
Yep.
Unfortunately, the second trip to the well with the Lord of the Rings collector boosters and scene boxes have sold poorly, and I have read some complaints about quality of the foil cards. I remember recommending the scene boxes as a good item for holiday sales, so I want to see how prescient I was. Hope that's that proper word.
Prescient. Yeah, prescient is being able to see the future. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because everybody wanted to get the one ring in the Lord of the Rings set. I think it was the only one.
They wanted that.
There was only one, so
yeah, and that was the thing. Somebody bought it and then resold it to that rapper, something Malone, Post Malone.
Post Malone.
Yeah.
I love that guy. He's not a rapper.
No, artist. I don't listen.
He's a singer. Yeah.
Artiste.
Post Malone is my guilty pleasure, guys. I love Post Malone music.
We all have to have guilty pleasures.
I thought he did hip hop and rap.
He works with rappers. He doesn't rap himself now.
He used to. That's why he's Post.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he can get syncopated with some of what he does, but he's not like a rapper per se. He's got a tremendous voice though, very beautiful, great natural vibrato. He's really good with writing like a nice kind of like smooth beat.
Have you heard Tom McDonald's new single?
I have. I love it.
It's amazing. I sat there with my jaw on the floor going, "Hell, that's a big surprise, dude."
That guy's
cool.
good.
Yeah. Where is Superman? Look it up.
Loud stories to make your voice heard. Dark Horse throws their hat in the ring of
not enough gay in the retail shops already. Here we go.
Let's make some more. Let's make an anthology, guys.
Loud stories to make your voice heard.
So here at this point, what I don't understand.
Not all the voices.
At this point,
voices that they approve of.
At this point, I'm wondering who has not heard the voice of the alphabets. I mean, that seems to be the only voice that we're hearing, because we certainly aren't hearing the voice of the Jewish people right now. In fact, we're got a little article about that here in just a minute. We're certainly not hearing the voice of the people that are having trouble down in Panama right now with this
No.
mining. We're
Oh,
certainly
yeah.
not
Okay.
hearing.
Yep.
Blame Canada.
Yeah, we're certainly not hearing those
Canada's
voices.
Why they're fucking up panel? Sorry for the language,
But we're also not hearing the voices.
We used to have we used to have a thriving mining industry here in the States that got chased off over the last 2 or 3 years due to Bidenomics.
Yeah. We're also not hearing the voices of the comic book shop owners that can't sell books.
Amen.
Because they keep making content that just doesn't appeal. Look, I don't care who
Made for
or
10%.
what is between your legs.
10 to 12% of the population. There we go.
I think that, you should make something like this. I think every comic book should be made. Everybody should have a right to make what they want.
Yeah.
But again, it's just like, this just seems like more white noise in the midst of everything else that's going on.
Don't say white noise. That's racist.
All right. More brown noise. I don't know what the hell.
Oh, brown noise sounds like bathroom talk.
There we go.
But there's a lot of people here.
Yeah.
So this is a translated to English book. Okay.
Oh.
So Dark Horse Books is bringing loud stories to make your voice heard to the English-speaking market. The anthology features works by creators from the Italian Artist Collective. So this was an Italian book. And so I think maybe in Italy,
Moleste.
Maybe it is more important, that they would. I don't know what it's like in Italy. I don't know. I don't have that
I didn't even
frame
know
of
that
context.
Italy had a woke scene. I thought they were.
Oh yeah, they do.
There's a woke scene everywhere anymore.
All of Europe.
All Europe is, I guess so.
Let's be fair, though. You don't have to be woke to say, in some cases, it's like, look, yeah, you have a different sexual identity, and you need to be
taken into consideration or something.
Fact,
yeah. Like, at least be aware that we exist and why we're the way that we are.
I think it was
That's
announced
okay.
a couple of weeks ago that Italy actually has a negative population growth problem.
Yeah.
So
I wonder why.
That probably ties into it. The stories depict gender-based violence, ranging from manipulation to physical abuse and toxic masculinity.
That's not a thing. That's not a thing. There's masculine people and there's feminine people and then there's toxic people. Not all. That's not mutually exclusive.
Funny, you never hear anything about toxic femininity.
Because it's toxic people. Doesn't matter if they're man or woman. That phrase was coined from a psychologist back, I think, in the 90s, trying to explain why inmates there's this one particular cell block where the inmates were really prone to violent outbursts. And so they coined this term toxic masculinity because they all were like trying to be alpha males.
Alpha dogs.
Yeah, big dogs. Oh, I'm the big dog, And they're like, they're all mad. Well, they were just toxic people. They're criminals. They're in jail. Hello?
Broken window
males.
syndrome.
They're in a jail that houses males.
Yeah.
And it's broken window syndrome. All they have is violence and perpetuates violence, violence begets violence, and just cycles because
around.
The microcosm of that culture just it's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
The goal is to
tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing.
The goal is to empower readers to talk about the topic out loud and prevent situations similar to those depicted from happening again. With this book, the artists aim to support and empower others.
Look, I do know. Now, I've never seen gender-based violence, and what that means is they're trans and they're getting picked on. I've never seen that personally. I've seen people be made fun of, but words is not violence. Words are not violence. There's not the same thing.
They sure want you to think it is.
Okay, to be completely honest, I've seen that kind of violence down here.
Okay, all right.
So I've seen it, and it's a common thing, and mostly it's because guys who are raised Latin Americans, not saying macho, but they happen to be gay, look for the services of,
Yeah. Okay. Well, I've
and then they
seen
explode.
I've
And
seen
that's the most
people be
common thing
violent towards gays,
Yeah.
but I've never seen anyone like I've never seen anyone be violent towards someone because they're a woman. That's like domestic abuse, and we deal with that completely differently.
Mhm.
I think what they're saying is like people are like there's violence towards people that are transgender, and I believe it's probably they're talking about trans women,
Well,
which
I
are
think-
which is men in woman face.
I think the point of this is more for the individual to stand up for themselves than to, decide that they fit a box and thus they need to be persecuted. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. The Marvels is an example of toxic femininity. Yeah, probably.
There you are. Yep. The stories
And,
depict gender-based violence. We already read that, didn't we?
Yeah.
We did.
No,
Loud won a Biscarato award for best YA graphic novel in 2022. The graphic novel will be available in bookstores on July 2nd, comic shops on July 3rd at a cover price of $25.
Well, we'll see how it does, but we do know that the gay and transgender people did not come out and support the new Green Lantern. So we'll see if this does any good for Dark Horse.
Green Lantern wasn't transgender, though.
No, but it was gay. It fits into the whole thing. Fits into that thing. I mean, it's what? They're all in it together, right? The alphabet people?
Well, everybody wants you to think that way. But
Yeah, I know. I'm
necessarily the way
being
it works.
facetious.
Most people that genuinely have a problem like that are very, very quiet and very much not a problem,
Yeah,
but have a situation like that. I should say that are very quiet and very much to themselves. Everybody
they're
else
not-
is virtue signaling.
The people in the box, the woke box thing, are not indicative of everything. There's like that gays against groomers people or whatever.
Oh yeah. Oh, I and I say that facetiously because I know that. I know that there are a lot of homosexuals that are very upset that the transgender people have kind of taken over their movement. Because it's not, and to be honest, it's not the trans men, the women that were biological women that transition to men. It is biological men in woman face. Not even like true transgender women. Like I'll say this, like Caitlyn Jenner. Got a lot of respect for that person, right? Lived their life as a male and then transitioned once they were because they wanted to compete, then transitioned, and they're living their best life now, right? But
okay.
I mean, I obviously have, my religious views on that, and, I'm, concerned for their eternal soul. But that aside, politically speaking, socially speaking, I've got a lot of respect for that individual in the manner of which they went about what they have done. The ones that are making the big fuss and that are whining, and these are men who have not transitioned any part of their body surgically, but want to walk around in woman face and get all of the. Okay, so we know if I wear blackface, it's wrong. But what's like that Rachel, whatever her name was, that for the NAACP, she's a white girl and she masqueraded as a black woman, and they were like, everyone knew right away, no, she's canceled. But when you look at a man who walks around in woman face, we're like, well, it's their intention. They don't intend to hurt anybody. They're just trying to be happy. Well, didn't you think she was trying to be happy? Of course she was trying to be happy. She was doing good things for the NAACP, but she was lying the whole time. And we know, it doesn't matter what your intention is, you're doing an evil act. You're doing something wrong. If you're a poor person who robs a bank because you're hungry, or robs a store because you're hungry, you still go to jail because you broke the law. What they're doing is wrong. What they're doing is out of line.
I don't know. I have a position on that lady who was in blackface, because the thing is, like, if he wants to be black, cool. If he wants to participate with the double
Well, I mean, you can't bypass 30 years. I heard a comedian say, I heard a comedian say, "Yeah, let me just bypass 30 years of oppression and let me step right into the big wiener. Like, let me have that.
Yeah,
let me have
exactly.
one of those. You know, sign me up. I want to be black now."
Yeah.
No, it doesn't work like that, guys. It's just,
I know it doesn't. The thing is, like, if you use that fact to take advantage in any way, then yeah, you're a douchebag. But it's like, hey, I want to be black. I know a lot of guys who hate me because I can't rap, and they say I'm a waste of black skin.
You know what Gary says about this,
If
right?
you look at something and there's nothing there, what's the difference of figuring out what it was in the first place?
that describes most people's character and personality. Good morning, everyone. Seeing the title, is this the Inner Bacon? It is not. I have a tendency to do a kind of a ambiguous title every week, as I think you've come to know, and we are being thankful today for Nerd Bacon
for all the
things that's going on. But we are getting ready to transition into our thanks and things that we are thankful for. And this is going to share some experience and some stories of where we've been, some things that have impacted us and brought us to where we are. And I think you might be surprised with some of the things people are thankful for here on the panel. Please start thinking about what you're thankful for in the chat. Let us know. We do want to hear your voice. So Giant Size Fantastic 4 introduces True Kings of Atlantis. I only bring this up because I'm not really worried about this, but what I am worried about is... holy crap. Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards? I don't think so.
No, please no.
Look, they had it right with John Krasinski.
Yes.
Had it right with him. Pedro does not give off Reed Richards. They cannot make a good Fantastic Four movie.
I would have to agree with you 100% on that. There's no way, not in modern society, that they're going to do a show about four white people getting superpowers. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah. R.T. Bear made a comment
and
yesterday.
do it well. Yeah.
R.T. Bear made a comment yesterday that completely encompasses what I think about Pedro Pascal being Reed Richards. He does not look intelligent.
No,
he does not.
He doesn't.
He looks like he's thinking about things, and it's a very simple problem that he can't solve. Look at that! Look at that expression.
How do I open that milk jug?
Yeah, exactly. Like, well,
he looks like the guy that's on those commercials.
Yeah.
You know the commercials I'm talking about.
He looks like every father lately on those commercials.
Yeah.
No. You know the infomercials I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You know the one where like it's a very simple thing that doesn't need a solution, but yet white people can't do it right, like holding popcorn and a soda at the same time. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like that.
Right there, you've got it. If all they did was just take the first 100 issues, compile it into a couple of movies, they would have the perfect Fantastic Four movie, and it would be successful.
That goes with all of Marvel in the 60s, 70s, and most of the 80s. You take all that stuff and put it on the screen, you're going to make billions and billions. They already proved it. You're going to make billions and billions of dollars. You try to catch up and you do the modern crap, you get nothing and superhero fatigue, as they call it.
Look, Levi said exactly what I was getting ready to say. We discussed last week how the new Gen Z, they want family and friends kind of stories. They want the found family. They want that kind of stuff. They're not getting it in Hollywood because these people don't understand. These are people that have neglected family. These are people that have side chicks and things like that. These are people that use their position to hashtag Me Too. Not just women, but men too. It's ridiculous. You know, when Tropic Thunder really exposed a lot about Hollywood, and people didn't realize it. When Robert Downey Jr. says, "Hey, everybody's gay once in a while," it's Hollywood, baby. He ain't lying. Like, this is, you don't understand. These people have no idea what character or family is, so they cannot understand a team like the Fantastic Four. That's why they will never make a good Fantastic Four movie. If you want a good one, have Angel Studios do it. Have a company that understands family.
Or have the people from Angel Studios come in and,
That's what I said. Have them do it.
Yeah.
Have them, work on that. Take the first 100 issues and make a great Fantastic Four movie where the characters look like what they should look like, because you got to have a Reed Richards that looks smart but also looks compassionate. John Krasinski is an amazing actor. He was the right choice. Pedro is not. Pedro would make a good Ben. He would make a good thing.
A good Ben Grimm or...
I don't even think that, really.
Not even.
Maybe a
you
little.
need an ex-football player. John Cena would make a great
maybe he can be like
Grimm,
the leader. He can be like the leader, or maybe MODOK. I don't know. I don't see him as a...
I don't know about that either.
Yeah.
Make a better MODOK than the one in Quantumania. That's
but everybody is going on about this. Everyone is going on about this.
It's
right
gonna
now.
be crap. I'm just gonna.
It is. I mean,
my prediction is
it's not Scottish. It's not Scottish. It's crap.
Over here on Bounding into Comics, we have an article here.
Yeah.
So obviously, Israeli actress Gal Gadot, she did a screening. So I'll just read the article here. Israeli actress Gal Gadot is courting controversy for her support of her country and its armed forces amid the ongoing conflict in Gaza Strip. Look, she was a member of the IDF. She did her service for the IDF.
Most kids over there do, don't they?
They're
required to give a certain amount of service. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's pictures of her signing up when she was 21 to go through.
Yeah.
When she was taken off. Gadot helped arrange the screening for the 47-minute Israeli Defense Forces documentary Bearing Witness, which features graphic footage from the October 7th surprise attack in a mass brawl between pro-Palestinian and pro-Israeli protesters outside Los Angeles Museum of Tolerance, of all places, on Wednesday night. So she helped organize the screening of this documentary that showed the brutality of these Hamas fighters parachuting in and killing innocent teens and young people, kids, showing what they're up against and what they have to fight. And pro-Palestinian protesters outside of the Museum of Tolerance broke out into a violent altercation with Jewish supporters, with pro-Israel protesters. What does that tell you? This is ridiculous.
It's a powder keg, man.
That's Hollywood, baby.
You are allowed to be anti-Semitic.
Now.
Yeah.
That's what they're saying.
Now.
Really, that's what's happening. We don't have a single leader that will call it what it is. It is not a two-sided problem. Israel is not an occupier nation. It's not. That's their land. It can be traced back. It can be traced back to Abraham. That is their land. It's a small country. They're surrounded by enemies. And how are they the oppressor when they're surrounded by enemies and they have to deal with attacks all the time? This is ridiculous. People need to get their heads out of their asses. It's stupid. Gal Gadot is a wonderful actress, a little woke, because everyone's got to toe the line over there, right?
Everyone's
if you want to work in Hollywood.
Everyone's a little gay.
Well, if you want to toe the line in Hollywood, you got to be a little woke, right? Yeah. If you want a job, I mean, look what happens. You go woke. If you don't go woke, they won't hire you.
Yeah,
but they're not making any money anyway, right? So Hollywood needs to build a parallel economy.
The other day,
she's beautiful, by the way.
The other day, I saw a video with a Jewish dude. He was dressed up like the Hamas people and went to the protest in secret and recorded and was asking questions about the whole thing. And it was just his whole video, like, it was extremely eye-opening. The whole scenario was the majority of the people that he talked to, obviously, like, I don't know if he cherry-picked. I don't know what is like, if he edited out anything, but the consensus seems to be that it's not about the whole fight against Zionists or whatever. It's just about hating Jewish people, and it's retarded.
It really is. They're calling that film a propagandist video. I mean, honestly, I really do feel like I'm taking crazy pills, like I'm in an upside down world.
I knew you were gonna say that.
It's insane. what we're dealing with out there.
Yeah.
Pedro from Mole Man.
Oh, yeah.
There you are.
You can do a Mole Man. Yeah.
Yeah,
too
you can
dark.
do that.
Mole
Welcome,
Man.
Finatra. It's great to have you here.
Mole Man's been underground for decades, so
Yeah.
I don't think he's got the right skin tone.
Yeah, I
How
guess.
about,
Yeah, Ben is a white New Yorker, but he's Jewish, right? I think
It's a badass New Yorker is what he is.
Yeah.
Football
You know what?
player, kick-asser.
Pedro Pascal would make a great Puck from Alpha Flight.
Who?
Puck.
Peter Dinklage.
Right.
Nah, Pedro Dinklage is the dwarf, but he doesn't have the face to be Puck.
Not a smart thing to parachute in broad daylight with no tree cover. Just saying.
Yeah.
Probably not. Yeah.
Yeah, not unless they think that they already know they can get away with it.
Yeah. Not unless they organize it on a holy day, on a holiday.
This, this is a prime example of the lack of education that modern Americans have about the world situation, because they're raised in a bubble and taught to think in a bubble and not to think for themselves. And they need to get out and visit other or view other media, get a little empathy, and see, try to see both sides of the argument before they make up their mind. That's a big thing.
I think we're living in this world where no one wants. We talked about.
They don't want to think.
I mentioned that they don't want to that they don't really want to make Wanda a bad guy in the cinematic universe. So they try to they let her do the bad things, but then they just try to still try to make her a good guy and sympathetic. Mm-hmm. We live in a world where they don't know what bad guys are and good guys are, and they think that there's these lines of gray. And I'll tell you what, with Hamas, there is no gray area. These people not only want Israel dead, they want America dead. They don't want Christians around. They don't want. Look, you're supporting them, especially when these.
And it's not just Christians. They don't want gays around either.
They want gays. They don't want anyone around but them.
They use their own people as shield.
Yeah.
They use their own people as shield.
Yes, they don't even care about the Palestinian people.
Yeah.
Talk about a humanitarian crisis. And the best thing, Nixon said that, there would never be a U.S. president that would turn their back on Israel, not because they're an ally or because it's financially responsible. It's because they want true democracy. They're the only seat of democracy in that area.
Yeah.
And if they go away, that whole area loses its only chance at democracy.
I mean, because Lebanon was in the 70s, and they took care of that. That's the thing. Like, Lebanon had a huge Christian population in the 70s, and that civil war took care of all of that. And now look where they are. So it's not that simple, guys. It's just something that I really don't want to express my opinion in that region, because they haven't stopped fighting for 2,000 years, so it's a problem I can't really solve.
Well, you're not going to solve it, because that fighting goes all the way back to Isaac and Ishmael. I mean, it goes back to Abraham.
It does,
Abraham was promised a son through Sarah. Then, Sarah had this idea that, I'm old. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to have a baby. It's taken a long time for God to answer to do what he said he was going to do. How about you go hang out with Hagar, knock boots with her. And so he had a son named Ishmael. So Ishmael's the firstborn, but not the promised son, not the one that God had intended. So later on, Sarah gets pregnant, and God says the birthright, the promise, goes through Isaac. Goes through Isaac. So Isaac is the one that will be the one that is blessed, and not Ishmael. And Ishmael, 13 years older than his little brother, would fight him and hurt him to the point to almost death at some point, right? And they would fight nonstop. And so the only option that Abraham had was to send Hagar and Ishmael away, because Ishmael was so violent and he was hurt, and it was such a problem. And God did promise to take care of Ishmael and to give him land, and to, God took care of him. He just said,
in whaling. Yeah.
Yeah. And he said, but the promise, my promise for it goes through Isaac. Then Isaac had two sons. He had Esau and Jacob. Okay. Esau was the older. Jacob was the younger. Jacob was kind of a sneaky guy, but Esau was was Isaac's favorite. He was the big burly guy that went out and hunted and did all that stuff, and Jacob just wasn't that guy. And but his mom loved him a lot, right? So they devise this plan. Isaac is old and blind, and one day Esau comes in. He's super hungry, right? And Jacob's a great cook. You know, mom helped him out. He makes this soup, and Esau literally trades his birthright for a bowl of soup. He's like, I'll give you some of my soup if you trade me your birthright so that I can be the number one. And he trades him birthrights for soup. Moron, right? Yeah. So the younger son now he's solidified with Esau that he's now number one, okay? Now he's just got to trick old man. He's got to get the birthright from the old man. And so the mom helps devise this plan where he dresses up with fur on his arms and stuff and pretends to be Esau when he comes in to get the blessing. And so that's how he got the blessing. So the younger actually gets the birthright. Now, Jacob winds up trying to rectify all of the bad things that he's done. And he wants to reconcile with his brother Esau, right? And so there's this battle. They're getting ready to fight and everything. And so Jacob goes to the Lord and starts praying. An angel of the Lord comes and visits him. And he starts to wrestle with this angel. He said, I will not let you go until you bless me, until you fix this, right? And so he wouldn't let him go, wrestled with him the whole night until the morning when this angel of the Lord pops his hip out of joint, okay? So now he starts walking with a limp. Well, when day broke, his brother comes across, and when you know it, they reconcile. Like, you know, God had worked out something in Esau's heart and everything, and so now they're good, right? So Jacob got his name changed that day to Israel. Okay? His name is now Israel. He has 7 sons. His favorite was the youngest, named Joshua. Gave him this special coat of many colors. The brothers hate the little brother. They throw him in a pit. They sell him into slavery. He winds up in Egypt. He winds up working his way up through power in Egypt by doing the right thing all the time. Going to jail at one point because Potiphar's wife wanted to knock boots with him, and he said, no, I won't do that. Potiphar's my friend, can't do it, right? So she lies about him. He gets put in jail. Then he winds up getting taken out, and he winds up in Pharaoh's courts doing work for him. There's a massive drought. Israel, his family is suffering. His brothers come for help, and he blesses them. He's like, you don't remember me? My name's Jacob. My name's Joshua. I'm your little brother, right? After he's blessed them, he lets them know. And so he brings in his family and lets them eat from the storehouses of Egypt, right? And so that is then Joshua has, we wind up getting Abraham out of all this. And so that's the lineage. And the descendants of Ishmael and the descendants of Isaac have fought since day one, and they will continue to fight until God ends the whole thing, right?
Stops the fight
so it's not going to go away. That's what we need to understand. It's not going to go away. So when Israel says we're going to get rid of Hamas, they have to, because the fight won't end anyway, either way. And even if they kill every last one of Hamas, a new Hamas will spring up. Yeah. There will always be a new enemy of Israel. Always. All that we can hope is that our countries don't side with the enemies of Israel, because as soon as we do, we're done. And I can tell you right now, when I'm seeing a lot of people, God is removing favor from a lot of people because of those things. And I'm sorry for the biblical history lesson there, but it's the truth. It's where it comes from.
Yeah. And that's the thing.
They're pissed. They're pissed at being the bastard sons of Abraham. That's really what. Yeah, it really is. Yeah. So, and when they say Allah, okay, Allah is the Aramaic word for God, right? Hebrews will say Allah as well. They are worshiping, in a sense, because they're monotheistic, the same God that Abraham worshipped. They just lie about the promise. They're still holding on to a birthright that was never theirs. Mm. And that's what it all comes down to. They want that land. It's a little piece of land It's not even a great piece of land.
Yeah, like you can grow like figs, and maybe that's it. There, like I don't know, it's not that fertile. Last time I checked, it's the second desert.
Baal does mean the Lord in all languages. It does, and that's why it's Baal, because it's not God. It's not Allah. It's Baal. But Baal had a very specific kind of worship. They had prostitutes in the temple of Baal.
Yeah.
So in order to worship Baal, you went there and you bumped uglies.
Mm-hmm.
It was a sexual revolution. It was about sexual identity, and anything went and everything went in those places. So if you want to look at Hollywood and the world we're in right now, we are in the midst of Baal worship because we worship our genitalia now. It's in comic books, it's in movies, it's gone everywhere. The most important thing to people is who and what is between their legs, and we're having this massive problem, and it's getting just, it's tiresome.
Yeah,
it's tiresome. It really is.
Yeah.
Have you heard about a little segue completely off topic here? Have you ever heard of the AI?
Yes, they do.
The AI God, the I can't say it.
Omnipresent?
Omniscient.
Omniscient?
Oh, that's it. There you go. Sorry. Well, I'm eating chicken nuggets here.
Chicken nuggies? I love chicken nuggets. I'm thankful for chicken nuggets.
So allegedly they posed to like ChatGPT and other stuff about this AI God, and I don't know. Just my thought was, do you think that will get to a point where people are worshiping AI?
There's always idiots.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's people who worship anything.
Yeah.
I mean,
to a certain extent, we already do.
Yeah.
You know, just anybody who keeps watching the network news at night.
That chat dude seems to be worshiping.
It all depends upon your perspective of Orwellian prophecy, I guess.
Yeah, it's. I think if we're not worshiping it, it's certainly our master.
Getting there.
Because from a biblical sense,
for a lot of people, not for everybody, but for a lot.
I guess I'll show off my preacher again a little bit here. So, from a biblical sense, to not worship God is to worship the devil. Okay, that's in Scripture, because we are a slave or something is our master. We do worship something. Whatever we place upon a pedestal, that's worshiping that. Many of us say that we worship God, but really we worship self, or we worship our jobs, or we worship our entertainment. And there's a lot of people that they will put sports ahead of church, or doing God's work. We see this all the time, with youth leagues and stuff like that. Sports was the most inconspicuous way to do this, because travel league would be on Sundays and things like that, so that you can get people away from those God moments, right? So it's yeah. So anything that we put on a pedestal becomes our God. And if you are putting AI on a pedestal, if it is what you think about, what you invest all of your time and energy into, and you are dependent upon it the way that you are, then yes, it becomes your God. And you're worshiping it in a sense.
Another question, Pastor Luke.
Sure.
All right. What is the difference between Satanic and Luciferian?
Yeah, it's really all the same thing. It's semantics, really. It's just, it's like the difference between Lutheran and Protestant. Yeah, it's just it's their rhetoric and the way they say things, and little things there. The fact is, they are not worshiping God; they are worshiping something else. And really, from a Christian standpoint, and I would even say a Jewish standpoint, Orthodox Jews believe this, but they don't bring Jesus into it, because they don't believe that he was the Messiah. Now Messianic Jews do. They do believe that. But so there's only one bullseye on a target, right? Just one bullseye, right in the middle. Anything outside of that is not hitting the bullseye, okay? So there's only one way. It's a straight, narrow, very small hole to get to heaven, and that's through Jesus Christ, right? Boom, that's the bullseye. Anything, it doesn't matter where you're at, anywhere off of that bullseye. It doesn't matter. It's not a bullseye. It would be considered a, it's not going to hit the mark, right? Now, what's interesting is the measurement from bullseye to wherever the arrow hits it's called the sin of the arrow. That measurement's called sin. And so it's funny that we use those terms the way that we do, because sin will bring us off of the mark from following Jesus. But that is the way it goes. He thinks it's funny that I think that I'm right, just like the others who think they are right.
I don't know, man. That going back in that comment earlier on Glenn's comment about Europe, that was in, I believe it was either Latin or Italian. I would say that I'm going to go with the North Sea Empire once again. Inside joke.
Yep. Careful that your pastor is showing you. I think my answers to things that, kind of go into that, why I think I'm right versus others. There's a few things that goes into that. It's not a guess. It's been educated. I've studied the scripture in the original languages. I've, gone to seminary. I study, honestly, people don't realize it, but I read and study just every day, even though I don't pastor anymore. So, it's just like being an artist. It's just like, Glenn thinks he's right when it comes to making comic books and how he does things, because he's got a lot of expertise and experience in it. He's applied himself to years and years of study. And that is, I think that's, so when I speak on these things, scripturally speaking, that's where a lot of this comes from years and years of study. And I've got a lot more years to study, and I've listened to and been mentored by amazing men of God who've had years and years on me, and I've allowed them to teach me, allowed my soul to be able to be taught by their anointing. So yeah, it's I think I'm right on some of these things, and I might be wrong. And if someone can show me scripturally how I'm wrong, I'll change my view. That's how I am.
I used to know a guy that used to say, he used to tell people, I was only wrong once. And that was it. End of discussion.
I would, yeah. The truth is, I would rather be right. I would rather be wrong on the side of caution than wrong on the side of folly. Honestly. I mean, think about it. If I'm wrong and I die and there is nothing out there, nothing is lost. Yeah. But if someone that doesn't believe it, dies and they're wrong and they do have a final judgment, that's a scary thing to think about, right?
I mean,
now I can tell you,
the thing is, like, the way I see it, like, I mean, God created us in His image. So if somebody doesn't believe, that's ingrained, that's part of God too, right?
Right.
So more than likely, I think it would be like an awkward moment, like, huh? Who doesn't exist now? Like, ooh,
right. Well, and I've shared this story before. I don't know how much of the audience out there knows it, and I think you guys know that during my COVID experience, which is something I'm very thankful for. Honestly, I'm thankful for the COVID thing that happened to me.
Oh.
Oddly enough, I am. Because it produced a lot of different things that would not have otherwise been produced. It created I think about how much differently the trajectory of my life the last 2 years would have been had I not gotten sick with COVID and where I might be right now. Fund My Comic, I guaranteed, would not be a thing. I would not be doing comic books drawn full time. That wouldn't even be an option. I'd be doing something else. Probably still be in ministry somewhere else. There's a lot of things that COVID did for me and through me, and even just the recovery process has turned me into, I think, a better human being, even though some people might say a worse human being, because I don't take their garbage anymore. I'm more outspoken against the bullies and the people that exploit than I used to be. But there was also that experience that I had while in the coma where I translated from this realm to the other. And, right there at the end before I started getting better. And, I saw what I saw. I experienced what I did. To me, that's a clear memory. I mean, I can smell it and hear it and feel it. I remember the touch of the things that I felt. I remember. I mean, it's more than it's not a dream. It's not a dream because it is stuck with me too closely. It's definitely a memory. And so I know what I saw. So when I saw that, and I know that it lined up with Revelation chapter 21, verbatim, then I know that, I'm at least somewhat right. Right? I mean, this stuff I've been teaching and reading and studying. I'm at least somewhat right. I'm probably not all the way right, but I'm at least somewhat right on those things. So it makes me very comfortable in my faith. But, I do admire the people out, people that have faith in God without having seen that. Like you just believe that heaven's there. And you have that God is with you because you can feel the Holy Spirit. But I've seen where I go when I die, which I thought would make me a little more careless, but it is not. I'm actually a little more careful because I don't know why I'm back. But apparently it's to make comic books. So here I is. But I'm thankful for that. I'm actually also thankful for the whole thing with the Liberty distribution deal. Because it brought Randy and I together to work with Arrow Comics, which has spun off to do some of the really cool things that we've got planned and that we've already accomplished. It's funny to be thankful in the things that you should be pissed off about.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
that's
pissed
part of
off
life,
still
though.
about the Liberty thing, but I really like the foundation that we're building.
Yeah.
With Arrow, we're getting some great people and some just phenomenal products. And if we can do that together and promote each other together with some quality comics and entertain some folks, it makes it all worthwhile. It's the way I feel about it. But the being under thing, I was under. I died twice. I had a completely different experience from you.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
I didn't. My faith in the afterlife wasn't reaffirmed, but I did have some pretty crazy, trippy people tell me are dreams that I swear is real.
Mm-hmm.
When I came out of it, especially, I was sure I had traveled a great deal to a lot of different places and hadn't even left the hospital room. So, yeah.
I haven't died, but I have done mushrooms. I have a similar experience to what you're talking about, Randy. So I don't know if that's even part of the case, but we're talking about what we're grateful for.
Yeah, I got to see a lot of things I don't think I would ever see.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was me pulling bits and pieces off of the TV in my room at the time, and the multiple drugs that I was on, or what. But holy crap, I traveled and did a lot of things. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Got pumped with a lot
that's
of
the thing. I'm grateful for meeting you guys, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Likewise.
I'm a little isolated down here, creatively wise, because all I can do down here is commercials, and being able to enter into this world of indie comic, whether there's more money or not, I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just stretching muscles that I haven't been able to stretch ever since I'm 16, and that's something that I'm eternally grateful, and literally eternally grateful for many people like you, Randy, like you, Luke, like Whiskey, like RT Bear, all these people that have embraced me as one of their own, even though, dude, I live miles away from you. So, yeah, I'm grateful for that. I have to say, I have a ukulele here, but I'm not gonna sing.
You showed up, and that's what counts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then you wanted to stay. Oh, that's also counts.
Hojo might be hearing the dog.
Yeah.
Gurgling.
She got a noisy belly.
Yeah.
I just figured it was Luke. I didn't say anything. So
sometimes I have a little, like the airway makes weird sounds when I breathe.
Oh,
I thought it was
still
me
not
for a little while, actually. I was like, am I making
my
that?
trachs?
Yeah,
My
like I'll have
trachs
a
gets in the way too much. Yeah.
yeah, I have a rattle. Like I have a
Feel it.
rattle when I
Yeah.
when I breathe. I have a little rattle when I breathe. So that might be what you're hearing too. It sounds funny. It's like it's mixed between a rattle and a bubble. And my wife didn't. She was like, "That's so weird. Why does that happen?" I'm like, "I don't know. It's just what happens now.
Yeah.
It's my life."
We
I'm
definitely
thankful
came out of
for,
the
like I just did it there when I
change,
took it.
you know.
Here when I just took that breath, it did it right there. It goes in and brrr,
Yeah.
like a frog sometimes every once in a while. I'm thankful for the opportunity to tell fun stories and to work with the amazing artists to help me realize childhood dream. You know what? I finished the last page of Chrome Dog. I did not like the water that I did. I did not like it. So I erased it and I started over with the water. I did this study. I started looking at pictures of water from the top that was churning, like really choppy water, a lot of waves. And I found that I could mimic that effect with 2 or 3 layers of dots and ink. So I was able to accomplish the water look that I wanted, and then put the rain on top. So yeah, there was a lot going on with it. But
Your stuff is pretty cool, man. That stuff you're throwing out with the Chrome Dog stuff, coloring.
So that last page is really Luke's masterpiece.
Yeah. It might be one of the best pieces I've ever done. Yeah.
So thankful. Huh.
Yeah. Thankful.
Well, I was in a bad spot once. I think I've told Luke this story before. I was homeless. I was basically living in a burnt out old building. I had nothing in my life, no money, no nothing. And I've never had a really good family. And I crawled myself out of that situation, basically. Got myself back on my feet, struggled, sort of only to be kicked down once I got, somewhere stable. I got robbed by a good friend of mine when I started my business, and basically kicked the steam out of me. And I'm thankful for, after all of that, the thing I'm thankful for is that I'm not back there. I'm able to keep my head just above water so I can keep making art. And that kind of makes me, that makes me sane. So I'm thankful for that.
Very cool, man.
Yeah. Glenn says, I'm grateful for the universe for putting me in touch with all you great creators. The best times are ahead. Absolutely.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm thankful for this. I'm thankful. Yeah. I'm thankful for this art form. And I have been thankful for it all of my life because it kept me sane while I was dealing with a set of very abusive parents and a childhood that I frankly would not wish on my worst enemy. And there was times I was like whiskey. There was a time when I was completely homeless and living out of a comic shop, retailing and just really at the bottom barrel. But I wanted to do comics. I've always wanted to do comics ever since I could pick them up and read them because comics literally kept me sane. They're just the power of this art form is so formidable and incredible that's where I've always wanted to be. And in a way, I'm grateful for my for my time, not for having died and come back, but for the time I had to spend a couple of months flat on my back, unable to move while I fought to get back to normal, because it gave me a lot of time to sit and contemplate and realize what was important to me and refresh all of the real memories, the memories that actually happened, and make sure that they were all in there. Because when you can't move, when you're completely paralyzed, all you can do is think, and then you think, and that's what you do, and you reach back as far as you can go, and you pull back all of these memories and you put your life in order, quite frankly, because to me it was an entire fight to be back to normal, which I am incredibly thankful for being able to do this, for meeting everybody here. There's a reason that all of this has happened. I know that for a fact. And I do look forward to what lies ahead. I've got a bucket list of things that I absolutely feel I have to do and get out there, and things that I want to say that this art form is going to allow me to do it, even if the current market doesn't sustain it. I feel I will always have the need to do it, and I'm going to keep doing this, working in this art form until I can't anymore.
Truthfully,
and that means going past every challenge that comes up and just plowing on.
Truthfully, comics really has saved me. It saved me as a teenager.
I try to use that hashtag as
centered.
much as possible.
Yeah, it kept me centered. It gave me something, an outlet to be a part of. It gave me a community to be part of. Other fans. It's given me an opportunity to be able to still provide for my family, even in the lack of the physical ability to go out and do things. It's been amazing. It's been amazing what comics has been able to accomplish just in my life in a short amount of time. And it's fun, man. I mean, this is all really good stuff that I think people overlook. And they get so fixated on the negative things in their life and wanting to avoid those things.
And it's really easy to do too. It's really easy to fixate on that stuff. And we need to be out there in order to provide that escape valve, because it ain't happening, in that corporate media. They're too busy trying to preach at people instead of entertain them. And I think it's so necessary for us and other independent creators, not just in comics, but in other forms of entertainment as well, to be out there pushing their voice out there to entertain people, because people need it. And the more desperate the times become, the more they need this kind of entertainment and escapism. They really do.
I'm also very thankful for, people that have encouraged me to look beyond my current ability and expand into new areas. Like I'm thankful for Glenn, who really encouraged me a lot through unconventional means to really look at a lot of more traditional art methods and learn those things. And it has made me a better artist because I've expanded my view on a lot of those things, and I've applied to different practice. So it's allowed me to translate some of those skills that I'm learning there over even into digital stuff to make the digital stuff better. So it's just a matter of, constantly getting better and the challenge. I'm thankful for the challenge that people give me for these things.
Glenn is the greatest, grumpiest uncle you could ever wish.
I love that guy. Yeah,
he's pretty cool.
Yeah, I love that guy.
Yeah.
I'm thankful for, like what you said, Randy. It makes you sit back and think on what's really important, and it makes me realize that the things that we spent so much time chasing after just didn't matter. Like family is what matters. Why worry about trying to get someone's approval that doesn't even care about you? That if we would have died and not been here today, they wouldn't even remember who we are. They'd be like, oh yeah, I remember that. Oh yeah.
This is the goofy guy that did funny books, right? Yeah.
Yeah, we would be a distant memory. They would move on. But our family would still remember, and they would still mourn us. But it made me realize I need to invest my time in the people that matter, in the people that care back.
Really thankful to be able to be in a situation to do what I can do like this as well. I have a very loving wife who covers my health expenses with her day-to-day job, which isn't easy. And thankful to be in this situation, because I would have remained, I don't know where I would have been if I hadn't met her. I've been married for close to 34 years now. It'll be 34 in April. And just an amazing time. And it's allowed me to do what I want to do. And that's this, you know. I'm thankful for the Friday and Sunday programs too, with Glenn and Russ, where we get to show off some phenomenal artwork, some of the greatest of this industry has to offer. And it's always a lot of fun to do. So hashtag always be promoting, as Brian K. Morris would say, Indie Comics Network. Friday mornings at 5 a.m. and Sunday mornings at 9 a.m. We're looking at some great stuff. And Fund My Comic too, you know.
Man,
that's
I'm thankful
something
for
that had to
this.
exist. Yeah.
I'm thankful this thing popped up, you know. It's been a lot of work, but it's worthwhile work. So we have something very neat.
Goes with it. Yeah.
Yeah, we have something very neat that's going on. I'm thankful for the supporters of this site because they have made it possible for us to be so far ahead on the upgrades and where we want this to be. This is getting ever closer to the vision I had for the website, ever closer. Something very interesting is we are in the testing phase of a few things for the rewards. I just want to show off what I'm talking about. So I'll go to Florida Man here.
Florida Man.
This one's doing well. He's on 2 other sites at the moment. So this is kind of like his third place to get it.
Dogzilla.
We are going to be able to, hopefully this afternoon, they're going to work on deployment. But you'll be able to rearrange your tiers, your reward tiers. So let's say you wanted to put this cover at first, that cover second, you know, you could. Toes, those are long toes.
Yeah.
That's going to be, I think this is going to be a big game changer. I hear a lot of people asking about the add-ons. We don't really need add-ons here. The way we're doing this is going to be very, very much e-commerce. So you can set this up in the order that you want. You can choose up to 5 of each one of these rewards if you want them. You can use coupon codes to reduce shipping cost. Then, since you have the add-on, like if you wanted to, you can actually just reorder and put all of your add-ons down at the bottom. So if you had like things that would typically be like add-on bundles, you can do that there. Hi, puppy. Hold on.
The culprit.
She needs attention. Yeah, the culprit. She needs attention. Thank you. Okay. Yep. Say hi. This is Chloe, guys. This is
Chloe.
You can blow up the screen so we can see the dog?
Yeah, this is my...
I want to see the dog.
Yeah,
Got it.
There you go.
Stop it.
There he is. Oh, look at that.
There she is.
Yeah.
She's cute. Say hi to the camera.
Board ball.
Look at the camera. Look at the camera. Look at the camera.
Just no snacks over on the camera.
Yeah.
Okay. Plenty of kisses. Yeah.
I like
Sometimes
those kinds of dogs.
Yeah,
Ones that remind me of cats. Yeah.
My daughter's dog. Oh, it's gross.
It's very loving.
She is. She loves her pop. I did not want this dog. I did not want my daughter to bring another animal into the house. She brings pets into the house all the time, and I hate it. I don't like all these animals being around. I like one dog. Like, okay, I'll have one dog. I don't like tons of other pets. So my daughter gets this dog for her 21st birthday. Oh, actually for her 20th birthday. She got it for her 20th birthday. She bought it for herself as a gift because she escaped teen pregnancy. Like she made it through her teens without getting knocked up. And I'm like, okay, that's funny.
Yeah, she can celebrate that.
Yeah, I thought it was funny that was her excuse. I'm like, you're just looking for an excuse to buy a dog. So she buys this dog. I do not want the dog in the house. So what happened was she brought the dog home, and immediately the dog and I fell in love with each other. So I'm her favorite person now. And so she just will have these fits where she has to come give me kisses. And so I guess I'm thankful for the dogs keeping me company during the day. So, yeah, very cute. Her name's
And your
Chloe.
daughter escaping teen pregnancy. That's something to be grateful for.
Yeah,
There you are.
this is Chloe. Chloe is
Chloe.
she's a Pomeranian, very uniquely colored Pomeranian, which is why my daughter got her, because we like unique things here in this house. So yeah, just kissing. That's what she does. So yeah. All right, back to comic books.
Yeah.
Back to comic books.
Rabbit Hole says we still live.
Are we still live or live? Which one is talking about?
We still live? We're still live.
Yeah, that dog is a cute little retard. Yes, she is. She is not smart. She is dumb.
Oh, those are the best.
See, the microphone's.
That's why I like cats. Cats are smart.
No.
Yeah.
Cats
are like measuring you up. Like I don't like cats 'cause I feel like I don't like being measured up in my own house. Like they're plotting against me. No, feel that. You're out of here.
That's what she said. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I left the house.
This dog's little brain has no wrinkles or bumps.
Mm-hmm.
The ideas just slide right off.
Ah.
Little thoughts just slide right off, don't they? Yes, they do. All right, so we're going to be able to reorder these to where you want. Wow, $1,000 drawn in Florida Man package.
There you go.
I thought I should be in this story. I should do that. $1,000. That's a lot. The art looks great on this book, by the way.
You lived in Florida for a while, so yeah.
I did.
There we are.
Ooh.
The snake.
Snake coming right there. Well, hey yo.
Hey yo.
Don't do that. Just rest. Just relax. All right. All right. So yeah, this is pretty cool. Oh, here's something else that happened. That's pretty neat. I'm thankful that we were here when Kickstarter did what they did and banned that old boy off of the site and returned all of his backers' finances. He was able just to jump right over here, and that
Who
was
is
nice.
this?
The dude that did Wise of Heart, Hans.
Oh yeah. Yep.
I'm thankful that we were here.
That was pretty heartless.
Yeah.
I'm also thankful for this. This starts today.
Oh, Top Grip?
This starts today. Well, John Delarose is doing this comic, and Green Sight said that it was hate speech.
Huh.
So wouldn't let him on. There's no hate speech in there.
It's about liberty of distribution.
No, it's parody. It's about Andrew Tate's book, Top Grift. So he's doing Top Grift, and then he's got Top CG or whatever on here too, that they're making fun of. So they got 2 books. They launched today. So hopefully they'll make a lot of money. Also, Pink Site said that they couldn't verify his information, his identity. He's been over there quite a bit. All right, you ready to go back down there?
It's amazing how that works, huh?
Yeah.
Just can't verify them.
Yeah.
Can't verify him. So yeah, they launched today, and so I'm
Better he's
thankful.
here than over there in Shadow Band.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm thankful that we're here for.
Happened if they'd have taken it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thankful that we're here for those kind of creators that need an opportunity. Thankful that we're able to do this for a much lower price than a lot of other people do.
Yeah.
You know, that's nice to be able to do that.
That AR-13L right there.
Yeah.
Such
A lot of really good looking books on here, aren't there?
All of them are great.
It's starting to pick up too. There's new stuff being added almost every day now.
Yeah, this is the new stuff that we got. This one looks interesting. My internet, hold on.
It's real interesting.
I gotta load the page.
Look. Yeah, we're watching this in some other show.
Oh, cuties! Look at that.
This is awesome.
The art is really nice.
Yeah. But there's some artwork.
Yeah, that's a green chick.
Yeah. Look at that, dude.
Iveria?
Ivarian.
Ivarian.
Curse of the Crown.
Yeah. And the cheeks.
And the cheeks. Yep.
This is very like heavy metal.
Yeah.
There's a lot of covers though. Is there any interiors being shown?
They do show some.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they wanted to show off all their good stuff there, and then they come
I was
down
going
here.
to say a lot of different art styles looking there. Yeah.
Yep. Here's their interiors.
There we go.
There we go.
So that's you should have went with that first.
Mm-hmm.
The interiors look great.
Yeah.
Super solid stuff there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, the furries are going to love that.
The jack legs there. Yep.
Yeah.
Furries are going to love that. I like that they did this. They're showing perfect bound. They're showing the size. This is neat. That's a good idea. When I saw that, I was like, wow, I really like that they did that. About the book section.
It's almost too much information.
Is this an FMC exclusive? Yes.
Yes. Oh, cutie again. Look at that.
Yeah, very nice chibis.
Like the chibis. Yep.
Yeah. It's hard. It's weird. It's hard to make a chibi hot, but they managed.
Yeah. That works.
A lot of great stuff on this one. Very impressive. Luke nailed it. Apparently Luke has a man bun. This is neat too. Future plans. Ivarian.com. Very cool. Very cool looking campaign. A lot of really neat stuff on there. When does this go live?
A lot of pretty artwork.
A lot of pretty artwork. Let me see, when does this one go live? November 19th. 3 days. It goes live in 3 days.
Yep. 3 days from now.
You can almost hear Ethan now. Do you draw the Flintstones naked?
Yeah,
exactly.
Wait a second, I think I got it.
Do you draw the Flintstones naked? There's a market for that.
There's a market for that.
Mm-hmm.
Confirmed.
Just got to be found.
Yeah, so that one goes live in 3 days. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yabba dabba boobs. Anyway.
Zombie Ravenous Remastered. This book has got so many like censored stuff in it. Like it was like they had to censor everything. It was hilarious.
Home of the Black Bar. Yeah.
Yeah.
Back now.
Yeah. It's like
strategic placement. Strategic placement.
Yes, strategic. We get down into some interiors, and they missed like one down here, and they just took the page out because I was like, you kind of missed the titty book over here. That's got So it was like, but yeah, so they took one of the pages out because it didn't pass the
boob test.
Yeah, it didn't pass the boob test.
Nip test.
But we'll have to do that for the Spank Bank book. They have little censored bars everywhere, all over the entire artwork.
Yeah, welcome to our campaign. Home of the Black Bar.
Nudity. Yeah.
This one's
by Nick Lipples, attorney.
Yeah, no, this one started on November 6th, but I haven't seen them promoting this one at all anywhere, so I'm not sure. They haven't gotten any backers yet, but I mean, they have. I've seen zero promotion for it.
Nathan Masters needs to get hopping.
Yes, he does. Oh, this one's fun too. So Flip City, the magazine I made such a big deal about, they got a new one out. This one is November 14th. Started 2 days ago. I didn't know that when it started.
88 days to go. Smear campaign.
Flip City Magazine is just really pulling out all the stops, man. Your guys' production value of this magazine has gone insane. I mean, look at that. I mean, I remember when you guys, it was black and white. Even when it was black and white, I thought your quality was great. But damn, they just really stepping it up a notch. Look at this. James Corbett, boys. James Corbett.
genuinely cutting, but also funny and obviously just chaotic and very fun.
I love Flip City. It has brought new types of badassery and integrity to the print medium.
Yeah, this is the kind of crossover hardcore I like.
Yeah. Gonna have to invest. Ruled by ghouls. Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon.
Garage band punk.
Yeah.
I love it, man. Look at that. You get two volumes with this one. I'm going all in on that one.
Wow.
Yeah, I want it in print, baby.
Any back issues available?
Mm-hmm.
There we are.
Yeah, collector's mini pack.
Okay.
So you'll get our first 3 editions published 2020. Take a journey back in time and laugh at the horrendous things that happened in 2020. Spoiler alerts, there was a lot. So yeah, for $30 you can tack on the first 3 issues. I'll definitely be doing that. If you're a retailer, you can get the retailer 10-pack. Man, I would definitely, if I was a retailer, I would definitely have this in my store. And then you've got the limited edition collector super pack. This pack includes every edition printed in the first 3 years of Flip City magazine, a numbered certificate of authenticity, of awesome city, awesometicity. Man, that's hard to say. Yeah. Signed by the publisher and an exclusive handcrafted gold foil hat.
Nice. A gold foil.
A gold foil hat, yeah.
That's fancy.
Issues are on their site, Ronan says.
Yeah.
Any idea what happened to
375. Yes, I do kind of know what happened with Rocket. Steve Dye was actually supposed to be working on the RPG for Hybrids, which is why it's been delayed. I've been having to work on that in between big jobs that I'm doing to try to get that out. He had some family issues. And so he kind of went kind of disconnected for a while. And then the last conversation I had with him, he was very disappointed with the outcome of the campaign for Flip City, for Rocket City number 2. I mean, for Rocket City, for Rocket number 2. He is also no longer a fan of Comicsgate. And I wonder, and he didn't really go into explaining why, but I got the sense that we will never see Rocket number 2 from that last conversation. So if you're waiting on that magazine, probably, and we promoted it here, and I'm very disappointed in that. But I'm happy to be promoting Flip City and Iron Age, the Anvil book, which will be going live on Fun My Comics soon. It'll be on here in the pink site as well. Hey, well, speaking of Flip City, there they are. Hello.
There you are. Hail.
Yeah, that's you, man. That's you.
Great looking stuff, man.
Yeah, I really like this. This is, in fact, I think it's, right here beside me.
Oops.
I was hitting my keyboard. I got the last issue right here.
Yeah.
Funny stuff, man. It's like a Mad Magazine where you can go back to it. Like you can actually go back to this stuff and look at it again and get a good laugh at it. They've got these little commercials in here, like these one-page ads that just, like bipartisan bill bailouts for buzzed Bud Light. I mean, it's like these fake news articles and stuff. And I mean, this stuff is hilarious, man. The art in it, like again, the production value is great. Yeah, like there's like this whole news section. It's all fake, parody news, and it's hilarious. I love it. I actually think this is probably the best use of AI, if it's AI, that I've ever seen, where they will make a picture of, like, I don't know if you can see it right, but you can see there's like it looks like there might be a little use. But if in my opinion, that's the best use of AI in the world, is to make fun of Bill Gates or something like that. If someone's actually producing the art, let me know. But I want to give them credit for it. But yeah, that's pretty nice stuff. And I do think they do most of their funding through their own website, if I'm not mistaken. So I think that Fund My Comic is I'm trying to find one of those ads that just really cracked me up. My God, I mean, it's just such a funny magazine, and it's worth every penny for entertainment. Oh, here's one. Cucksters Taste Like Home. It's a menu. And then they have a special queer menu. Like instead of a kids menu on there, they've got a special queer menu on there as well, which is funny. It says the rainbow omelet, 4 certified non-binary eggs filled with 2 cheeses, FD and C red, no number 3, blue number 1, yellow number 10, AZT Vades, only available to our LGBTQIA plus diners. Proof of eligibility must be presented in Cuckster's polygender bathroom stall. And then they also offer sausage and meatballs, mild or spicy sausage, and a girthy 8-inch link, served with 2 meatballs in a comforting and familiar plating. Smells and tastes like home.
Oh no!
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, they're funny. They're edgy. They go a little hard on a few things. And I can't promote this book enough personally. I'm all about these guys.
Non-PC humor the world desperately needs.
Yeah, these guys are amazing. What they're doing. Flip City Magazine.
Good for them.
Go over there, Fund My Comic, and look them up. Do a little search for them. Let me see what else do we got that's good on here today. The Mythicals is out there right now. How's he doing? You're doing pretty good.
2.
Almost 5,000.
Yep. Nice looking book.
I don't like this trailer as much as I like the first one. It's good though.
Not to take out my Tchaikovsky tape. No matter, let's get started. Here we are, Nancy Moon. The last time we left our heroine, she had just joined my esteemed colleagues at level M. And the soldier, no stop talking, a magician with money issues, and a vampire with a checkered past. But there are other teammates she's yet to meet. One in particular might be a little bit shocking for her. I do hope she's not allergic. Back it today, won't you? Like right meow.
Right meow.
Right meow.
Should have animated cat on there. That'd have been great.
every vid like that needs an animated cow.
Yeah. Very soon. So like Hojo actually does this is an add-on item only, right? So like puts that on there. He'll be able to reorder those to where that's all the way down at the bottom. So the add-ons show up at the bottom. So they've already selected, because the way I want this to work is that you can actually select what you want. Like this is what I want them to buy. And then as they go down, and we're used to seeing the most expensive things at the bottom, we can put that in there, but then we put all these little cheap add-ons all the way at the bottom, right? So then they're adding that on in addition to what they're doing. Just like they would if they're walking through a store. You put the little tchotchke add-ons at the cash register. Like that's what you do, the little items, right? And so we want to put that, right down at the bottom once they've scrolled through. That's our goal. And so I think it'll work really nicely. Again, that should be in deployment today. Good stuff. The art looks good on this book. Hojo, good job. Good job, Hojo. Bravo. right, what else do we got going on? Oh, I got to talk about this. We're not doing so hot. We are not doing so hot. We got 21 days left. We're making this book anyway. We've only had 10 backers so far. I don't know that we launched last Friday night. So technically this is the first time we've streamed on a Thursday morning talking about this book. This is live now, guys. Check this out. Ooh. So I wrote this book 5 years ago, back when I was still over on Starcross. And after we left, Joe was like, "You still want to do that book?" I said, "Yeah." So Joe did the art, and then it sat for a little bit while. And then we decided to get it colored because Joe was going to color. He didn't have time. So we went ahead and we hired Edgar Tavitas, who did the colors on Riff Riders, to do the colors on this book. And then we've got Paul Bird from The Fall of Man, who is doing the letters on the book. And so here's some sample page. We don't have the letters on the sample page yet. Oh, yeah, we do. We have some right there. And so we've had an opportunity to go through and then like kind of revisit some of the script. Oddly enough, after 5 years, I was like, the core of this thing is still pretty good. So adjusted a little bit of the dialogue, and, maybe added a couple of things to kind of add some more context and help with it. But it's a nice one shot that does actually build background for both of the characters. So it really adds some characterization. You don't have to have the other books or know the characters to enjoy it. It's got a real like the other guys like buddy cop type vibe to it. We've got chibis that Joe drew and I colored. What's neat is we've got this connected cover thing, which this is a reprint of issue number 1 of Hybrids and issue number 1 of GOD, which is Global Order Decree. The bad guys, the book is about the bad guys in his story. And so you can get the first issue. It's reprinted on this like chromium cover, connected cover, which we also have available on a metal print, which is neat. I think it's neat stuff, to have that. And I think that one's expired. You can no longer get the pint glass in the bag. We might turn it back on for a little bit later, but
is that coin you're working on going on this project or another project?
It's going for this one.
This one.
Yeah, it's for this. It's these two characters. It's something special we're doing for everybody, or for a few people.
I got that pulled up if you want to.
Sure.
Let's see here. Oh, it's reversed though because I still haven't turned it around yet.
We're doing a little 3D Pog coin. I'm gonna print them off on the 3D printer for some of our top dollar backers.
This is just a quick test prototype. This is not the final result at all. Looking a lot nicer.
So one side of the coin will be Trash Man, and the other side will be Starstruck. Pretty cool. So it was a neat idea. I thought, hey, what if we did that? And so Whiskey's putting that together for us. It's gonna be pretty neat.
Yep.
Flip City says, thankful for FMC. Well, we're thankful for you too, my friend. We really are. Hojo, absolutely. If I ever had to cancel a crowdfund, you best believe I would give everyone their money back.
Oh, they were asking earlier about Rocket refunding.
Oh, where's the money for Rocket? I think it's in the wind, guys. I think it's gone. I hate to say it, but I think it's gone.
Is the like I never actually looked into the terms of service on it, but refunding it's not up to
no.
What is the okay?
The responsibility of the person doing the campaign, and if they don't refund, I think that's incredibly unethical.
It is unethical.
That's stealing.
It is stealing. Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
Well, for Fund My Comic, we obviously can't hold you accountable for things you've done on other sites, but we can hold you accountable for things you do on our site. So if you have an unfulfilled campaign, you can't run a second campaign. We won't let you. We won't let you pop in a second one if you have one that's unfulfilled. I think no, actually we'll do 2, but you have to be in the process of fulfilling one of them, and you can't start the third until, because we know that some people, like, I'm working on 2 different projects at once. That happens. Now, if you're a bona fide publisher like Arrow Comics or like Silverline or something like that, and you want to come along and say that, we've got several creative groups under this one banner, then we'll allow up to 4. But you have to start fulfilling. And most people are fulfilling pretty quickly, so we're kind of sticklers on that now.
Really, with Arrow, though, they're independent projects. The individual creators are running their own campaign.
So
Arrow's
very
not
rarely.
doing that for them. They are responsible.
Yeah, the only situation where that would change is like if I'm running the campaign technically under my, but a lot of times, like, so even for this, I can attach my business account information for the finances with someone else that's, running the campaign. So it's still under them. It's not really under me. Oh, make the bird dance.
Uh-oh.
Mythicals. Let's go check it out.
Just got a backer at 99. You look there, I'll get that bird.
There he is, 99.
All right.
4750. 4750.
Way to
Nice.
Go. Way to go.
Let's make that bird dance.
I'm looking.
He's all the way down here. I got it. Very good. I would encourage you guys to pick up the digital of this if you could today. It's $5 digital. It's not bad. This is fun. If you like Trash Man, you'll like it. If you like buddy cop stuff, you'll like it. It's entertaining. It's fast paced. Introduces 2 new villains. One villain that I will be bringing back in my universe quite often. We have this giant grinding like forge thing. It's called the Forge. Very exciting character. I like it a lot. So yeah, digital $10. I mean $5. Physical you get for $10. Chibi set. I actually need to probably fix some of these things. We're going to offer a couple of discounts, some coupons on some of these items too here soon to bring this up. It's only open for, we're closing it in 20 days. Like, we're not going to extend it because Starcross has another book that has to come out the next month right after it. So check that out. Flip me the bird if you would. I would appreciate it. Blood and Sword is doing pretty good. So this is Richard Embry. He said the funniest thing on Twitter the other day, last night. Someone said, make a comic that's not gay and I might buy it to him. And he said, that's funny. That sounds exactly like what your dad said to your mom, except exchange comic for son and buy for love.
Wow.
I was like, that's brutal.
Yeah, dude, that's loud, dude.
I'm like, wow, that is a brutal burn. I mean, I about spit out my Coke on that one. And here's what he's working on.
Koalas.
Exclusively on the Fund My Comic. I swear I know this artist. I'm trying to find the creative team. I think I know who that artist is. Stuff is very... He didn't put his creative team on there.
Oh.
I swear I know who that is. I think that's the guy that did the cover for that Connected cover. The style looks the same. Yeah, he's already $1,000.
Reminds me of Rob Davis, but it probably isn't.
A little bit, yeah. $5 digital. $5 physical. Say what?
There you go.
Say what?
It's like the pool. Yep.
How many
nice colors, though.
You can get the book and a T-shirt for $25. What sizes do they go to? 3X. So the big guys can enjoy it.
Yep.
Book and the T-shirt. That's a deal.
That is a deal. That's a steal. I might do that. I might do that. I'm shopping this morning, guys. Luke's shopping.
Yes,
Who else is shopping? Anybody else shopping?
I'm probably going to have to shop. Oh, yeah.
Man, this looks awesome.
So much great stuff.
Another adopter of the site, Edwin Acevedo, has been running all of his stuff over here on Fund My Comic, and we greatly appreciate that. One of the other things that we're doing with this upgrade, not only to be able to reorder those things, but in the back end, what we've decided to do was we've created the ability to collapse them so that they don't take up so much space, so you can scroll through them quicker, and so you can collapse and expand the editing box. And then we also have now the ability, we will have the ability as soon as this deploys, to also clone a reward. So let's say there's a reward that's very similar and you just need a few things to edit. You can actually clone one to make it happen. And the goal is to just speed up that process. Because the most painful part of creating a campaign is creating all of the rewards. And so someone asked yesterday if we're ever going to have the ability to go back in and do just a clone directly from another platform. And I said, probably not going to be able to do that, primarily because our system works so different from everybody else's. Rather than have, the first tier and then second tier shopping cart or shopping experience where you have the initial perk that you're grabbing, and then you can choose an add-on. Rather than do it that way, we have the a la carte shopping cart, the kind of tailored experience. So it's a lot different. There's not that secondary add-on phase to the site. So yeah, very cool. Very, very cool. But yeah, so we're doing those things in the back end. So it's going to be fun. Again, probably deployed today, I expect.
Justin's requested a quick peek at Chrome Dog because he went through and added some art.
Ooh, let's do that then.
Yeah.
We need to get some backers on Chrome Dog so that we can get a couple of tips and move it up in the list.
There we go.
Did I pass it? Yeah, I did. 110 backers.
He said you don't run the trailer, just show the artwork. Yeah.
Ooh.
Look at that.
Ooh. That cover looks so good.
There you
Aaron
go.
Lopresti is a beast.
Yeah.
Such a professional.
Yeah. I feel bad because the first 10 pages versus the last 20, the art is so different. I mean, it's like, it's just so different. And let me see. I think I'll share. Maybe I'll share what I did yesterday.
These things happen, though. It's like a TV show.
Yep.
Yeah. Let me share this.
Spartacus started as a 300 like copycat, and then it turned into something completely different by the mid of the first season. So it's not uncommon.
Here, I'm gonna switch this out real quick. I'm gonna show what I did yesterday. When I redid it, I'll just show this window. That way I'm not sharing my whole screen, but just that right there. That's the final splash page in black and white.
Wow.
That water took me about 3 times longer than it should have.
Dude, it was worth it.
Look at that.
Yep. Yep. Cool stuff, right?
Yeah, it's awesome, man.
And then we got the whole Chrome Dog book over here. The whole 9 yards. But yeah, that's now this is fun because I layered up everything. So everything, because I knew I wanted to make it easy for Patrick. So I actually put everything on its own layer. And so I started with the characters. So I drew them first. And I knew where I wanted that box to be in perspective. And then I did the water. And then I did the smoke, the steam coming off of him. And then I did the effect water. So that's what people don't understand when you're doing like rain and stuff. There's water that will, and let me just turn off that background so you can see it. There's this water that creates movement in your art. See, like, so that's the water hitting him and the water that's coming off of him as they're falling. So that kind of creates movement. And then there's the rain on top. That kind of comes in there. Down in that perspective. So you got the 2 water layers that are there. And then when you add in the background water, I think it just pops, comes to life.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Can't wait to see color.
Yeah, me either. And the water I left in all the layers too, because the water took me several layers. So I actually did. So I started out with this kind of. I kind of did some splatter stuff, and then added texture to it, trying to make it look like water. And then I added some dots on another layer because I didn't want to mess up the layer I'd already started with. And I did a mask on those so it didn't cover up to, take out for the character. And then I added another layer of dots to give it a little more texture. It's all about texture on that water. I mean, I was struggling with it. I was like trying to figure out, how am I going to make this look awesome? I was just having a rough time with it. So I redid it all. And then I did another layer that had another layer of dark on top of the bottom layer of dark. So just to kind of accentuate more of where the lighting was going to go. That way I could then put my characters back in. And once I was happy with that, I worked on the composition around the characters with the dark. So I really wanted the eye to go right there to the Chrome Dog. And then added in, again, the smoke, coming off, or the steam, and then the water effect, and then the ring. And then that's what she come up with. That's what it is. And so Patrick is going to have to color that. And I'm glad it's him and not me. Because it was tedious to draw it. Man, part of my voice. I can only imagine what it's going to be like to color it. Not fun.
Yep.
Not fun to do. So let's get back over here to Fund My Comic. I want to look at some more books. We got a lot of really good books over here. We got some good books, guys. So yeah, look at that new stuff that Patrick's colors are insanely
Amazing.
good.
Yep.
He's insanely good. I love that. You know how he did the
I
UI
think that
coloring,
looks
yeah.
great. Yeah, that's phenomenal right there.
I love
like
it.
that yellow. Yeah.
It really pops.
Turned out incredibly good.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh man, I love that panel. That turned out great.
Yep.
I mean, I had high hopes for it, but it looks nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, he gets it. He's good. This whole sequence was fun to draw. Yeah. I'm really happy with this book. So we knew we were going to be delivering a little bit late because Patrick had we had some scheduling issues with Patrick. But so what I wanted to do is I went back in and I just made sure that the art was as good as I could make it. You know, I mean, I'm not an Aaron Lopresti or an Ethan Van Sciver, you know, or one of those guys, but I wanted to make it as good as I could make it. And I think I did my best. So hopefully it turns out really good with colors for all of the fans out there that have bought it.
Yeah.
What else do we want to show off? Is there a
I'm
campaign
waiting
on
for
here that you like?
Waiting for Patrick to catch up. So
Yeah,
I got
he's almost there.
one done from him, and I got one more I really want to send him before the other stuff pops in. So yeah.
Here's more of Patrick's colors on the Fool.
Oh, cool.
That's such a great book. And
it is.
I'm not just saying that because I created and wrote it. It's just a fun, great book. You know, it's a book I'd want to read. And I'm picky.
Yep. It is a good book. I like it a lot.
It's a crazy vigilante roaming the streets in pretty much a clown outfit, bunch of ragtag stuff. He has the mutant power to sew. Anybody he captures for the cops, he takes and incorporates a section of their clothing, takes it as a trophy, and incorporates it into his action duds. And the cops just want to get him off the street because he's causing all sorts of problems. He's making them look bad, and he's having way too much fun capturing criminals. So
Patrick is so good with light.
Yeah.
Really. You know, that's why I started working with him on hybrids back in 2016.
Yeah.
So I started working with him on that because I was looking for someone that could capture light really well and understood kind of lighting dynamics. And he was by far the best one that I'd seen. So I started working with him back then.
I got another book by him that's a much more horrific book. It's got a much darker tone, and he colored that. Just incredible atmosphere. Just phenomenal stuff. Can't wait to bring that out. So,
yep.
Got to figure out exactly how I want to do that and get it out to folks because I'm really proud of that book too.
Oh, we're going to take this one down. Ended 5 days ago.
I don't do horror
Great
very often,
Cyclopean.
but that's part of it. Yeah.
Great Cyclopean is finished. This one just finished overnight. Red Eyes 2 and 3. I think Red Eyes 4 is on here.
Some phenomenal Tim Tyler material in there too. The Dead Crew was over on there on FMC. Everybody needs to look at that and give it some love because that's a phenomenal book by a great talented artist. Just really good stuff.
The Dead Crew or Death Crew?
No, the Dead Crew.
There's
Yeah, my
also the new
keyboard's been
one too
acting
that
weird.
just came out. Silence
Can't
Do Good.
recommend his stuff enough. If you like just the old, almost B movie style grindhouse type material, that's what he does, and he does it really well. The Tim Vigil type of stuff. Tyler's been around since the '80s, and he just kicks it out. He's very prolific. There it is, the Dead Crew.
Yeah, my keyboard's acting funky.
It's a great style, just a lot of fun. He loves comics. You can tell look at that cover. He just loves comics. Rat House Comics.
Yeah, the art's great on that too.
I love
Just
it.
fun. Just fun.
Yeah, I like this. We were laughing about this character back here in the back of that cover. I don't know if he's got it down here. This one right here.
Look at that.
Yeah.
It looks so much like Raven.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
The bells and the.
It's got a
It's
great
good, real.
costume. Different.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's different.
Different
but yeah.
powers, I'm sure. Yeah.
There was another.
The
comic
better
on
to
here.
bleed you with.
I kinda
Razor
wanted
Man.
to check out.
That looks
myself.
like an old beat up comic too. Just great touches.
Yeah.
Nice stuff from somebody who loves this this art form.
Gorgeous work.
Look at
Yeah.
that. It's fun. I think he worked on the book Grips way back when with Tim Vigil. Him and Vigil have done a lot of stuff together. Does a lot of anthology work. He's got another anthology book out that's just great. Reads real good. Just a great book. This is a superhero team because he loves this era.
Yeah.
You can tell, you can see it in his homage covers. Just
I love
great
his
stuff.
the lines that he chooses, like the shapes he chooses
Yeah.
for the characters and stuff. Really good stuff, man. Look at that. So good.
Very dynamic.
Only 20 backers so far, folks. Come on. 776 on that.
I haven't backed it yet, so I
Hopefully
need
it's
to.
funded.
Well, yeah, it's funded, but these storefronts take a little bit. Like they don't raise money as quickly as
Yeah.
It's
got another one up there. Nope.
Yeah, that one ended a while ago.
Ginger Sin.
Yep.
That's not Tyler, is it? It is. Looks like his stuff now.
Whoa, hello.
Nice stuff. Hello.
There's a new one on here too. What's it called? Ben Franklin is Silence Do Good.
Yeah, Silence Do Good just launched, I think, or is launching.
That's Mike Barron's involved in that one.
It looks really good.
It's got Alan Rhodes, co-creator, Charles Knuff, Patrick Salter, and Mike Barron.
Mitchell's amazing. Yes, he is. Mega Mission needs to be showcased, Luke.
All right, I'll show it off.
Zero says.
Oh, nice.
Look at that.
I prefer Heimdall, but
Nice stuff. Nice looking.
A world enslaved by AI.
Yeah. Oh. Cross shot.
13 issues.
Nice.
Done.
this trailer is well put together too.
It is. I love it. I want this book.
Turkey Robot Comics. Good on them. That's fun.
Yeah. So issue
so
1.
Many great stuff.
This is
so
issue
much great
1.
Stuff.
30 plus full color pages, printed on high quality paper with a premium gloss cover. So yeah.
High quality.
It is. I mean, and the campaign features everything
Nice
you need
style. Great looking art. Yeah.
Yeah, very cartoony.
It ships
like
November 28th,
Love it.
issues 2 and
I
3,
love cartoons.
release winter of 2024. So you can get number 1. I know this is funded on the pink site already. I think it might have gone to the green site. So this is kind of cleanup. Yeah, this is really nice. And what did he say? Omega Mission or something?
This just start.
Oh,
Yeah,
hold
I
on, let
think
me
that's
go
what he
back to
said.
that.
Omega Mission, yes.
Okay. Yeah, this one needs a little bit of love too. 14 backers, deserves way more than that. Here's your interior work here. This is Don Edwards.
Yeah,
He's got a nice
got some
style.
shopping to do. Look at that.
Yeah, he's got a real
Great
nice style.
stuff. Love the grays. Love the gray use of
Yeah.
gray tones there. Just phenomenal.
Very good. This is neat.
Explosions. That's cool. Quasi Kirby Crackle, quasi anime explosion.
Yeah, there's a lot of really good technique in here.
Really nice.
Very nice.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, it definitely seemed like they're a fan of Akira.
Yeah.
Almost like a Japanese Korean manga
Manhwa?
cross look there. Yeah.
The manhwa.
To it. Got a lot of
Fusion?
different fields to it. It's nice looking stuff though. Yeah, fusion. Get on them. Great stuff.
Look, it's a family thing. So the Don is the creator and writer, handling all the art chores as well as the coloring and lettering. Mama Don is his mom is the whip cracker, keeping him going.
Mama Donna.
And Mark Polton is the editor.
Nice.
Mama Donna.
Mama Donna.
Mama Donna, I like that.
Madonna.
That's funny.
Respect la donna.
Small operation over there. Don is one of those guys. He's just so enthusiastic all the time about just the art form and comics, and definitely deserves.
You gotta love people like that.
Yeah, you really do. And selling a book is so hard to do. You don't realize that marketing part is absolutely brutal.
People's attention is brutal. Yeah.
Yeah, trying to get attention. I mean, look at it. Just here on Fund My Comic, trying to get attention among all of this is brutal.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of really good stuff up here. You know, I mean, how do you pick?
Huh?
I mean, how do you decide when you've got limited funds? Like, how do you?
I know.
I think it's for the advertising budget that you have for the stuff. It's actually doing really well for a business, the whole thing.
Oh, you mean Fund My Comic?
Yeah, Fund My Comic.
Oh yeah, it's doing really well. In fact, we're really far ahead of schedule on where we thought that we might be at this time. We are we're more than stable as a business. Like right now, if the site had no additional growth and the only people that know about it now stayed here, and we used it as our own like secret layer of comic book funding, we would be fine for an indefinite amount of time. But we know that's not going to happen.
It's just going to exponentially grow.
Yeah, because that's just not going to happen because everyone is already coming on board, and we get more and more people every day that find the site, find out about the site, and come join it. To be a part of what's going on there. It's pretty exciting. It's really pretty exciting. And kind of starting out, I mean, we can all kind of start out on the ground floor with this thing,
Yeah.
Obviously, I did. Randy's been around from the beginning. Pedro has. Whiskey. Was Fund My Comic a thing when you first came around? Or was it like just kind of being built?
Whiskey?
Me?
Yeah.
I think it just started. Hard to remember. I do know that I joined the stream because it was small and I felt comfortable with something small. And then it just snowballed after that. And then Fund My Comic happened, and I don't know. Here I am.
Frederick says, I hear more about FMC more and more across different YouTube comic book channels nowadays. Good. It's the way it is. Word of mouth's the best advertising.
It is
Dude,
the
we're,
best.
We're not even at the 1 year anniversary, man. It's just, I'm very excited.
No, we're just over I think we're 7 months now that we've been doing this. Yeah, more and more people are coming to use it because it's
just for comics, man. No technology. There's no better toilet campaign. No AirPods. It's just books, man.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah, and no drama.
Yeah.
That's the best
I mean,
part.
there's plenty of drama to go around outside of here, so let's not bring it here.
Yeah. So yeah, good stuff. I'm having a lot of fun with it. It's neat, every day seeing the new stuff that comes up there, and I'm thankful for it. Even though this is an industry and we keep saying don't call it a community, there is a community of the fandom that's being built around this. That's what we confuse.
It's a
the
fandom,
industry with
not
the
a
fandom.
community.
It's a fantasy.
Yeah.
The fandom around the comic books and the creators that are doing these things is amazing. The support that's out there. We just had Bunny the other day go to a comic book convention with a sandwich sign asking me about Fun My Comic and stuff, passing out flyers.
Cool.
Yeah, there are games. There's some really cool games on there too. Let me see. This one is one of them that I really like. This one's fulfilling. They're fulfilling now.
Nice. Oh yeah, dude.
And this is funny. Did you see this trailer?
POZ.
Yeah.
Or an occupied zone.
And so right.
Himself, Riot.
It's
another great name for a company.
Dale stuff.
Yeah. This is Will. Yeah. What?
Mostly peaceful game.
His art is so good.
Actually, other than Russ, I asked him to do a cover for me.
Yeah, I love his art style. The dude with a pink beard.
Oh yeah. Dude.
Jack.
Oh man, that's Big Red. Yeah.
Left.
Keep Portland weird.
Steve Jobs. Nice.
Steve. This is Steve. Hi, Steve.
It's got to be a Steve Jobs parody.
Yeah. What? So you can run. Nice.
The medic.
Yeah, we know who that is. That's
flammable.
And it comes with miniatures. 11 miniatures.
Sweet. Look at that.
That's Kyle.
Kyle Rutter.
Isn't that nuts, man? Look at that. I love parody. Parody is one of my favorite things. So yeah, man, you can get this. This is great. I'm a backer.
Yeah.
I got this one. Package is on the way. It's on the way. But he's done other stuff. So you can, if you go here, you can look at other things he's done. And so he actually has Virtue Signal, which is being sent out right now. So he has the completed one, his completed campaign, and this is his storefront campaign that he's got out that just started. So he
just
wanted
started.
To do
Yeah.
Yep.
His goal was $0.
Yeah, $1. Yeah, because it's a storefront. He already funded. It's just his
hilarious.
ability to be able to sell the game.
It's 12,
See, that's what a lot of people
800% funded. Yeah.
I mean, that's what a lot of people don't understand is that we can still use Fun My Comic as just strictly a storefront place like your Amazon. So you just go there just to shop for comics. Some of them are funding. Some of them need, have certain days to go. Some of them are storefronts. And we intentionally did storefront as in two different words. It's a legal thing. I understand that storefront is one compound word. We do storefront.
A front for a store?
Yeah, pretty much.
Ooh, whoa.
Yeah, pretty much. What's
Reminds
that?
me of the old Illuminati game by Steve Jackson Games.
Yeah, it kind of does. Yeah, like Too Close to True. Let's look at some other games. I know we're going over a little bit, but this is fun. I like looking at these things. Do you guys like looking at the games? Anybody out there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
Wrong.
two right
I'm gonna
now,
go
isn't
board games and
there? Do you get more? Any? Is there more?
yeah. So we got more games. So this is a card game. We showed this one off before. This one's fun. It's got a long video to it, but
As soon as it kicks over.
oh, hold on.
It's not working.
I know what happened. When I opened up, it opened up in a new tab. Let me open this up in open link in. I'm going to put it up here in this one. That way it keeps on this window. Are you kidding me? My keyboard is like acting like a... It's acting really super weird. All right, here's what I'll do. I'll just go to Explore. And I'll go to Board Games and Card Games. This one's fun. This is the one I was trying to show off.
I am the spectator. I am he who spectates. I scoured the universe in search of a very
I have this game.
Well,
I've played it with the kids. It's really fun. Hopefully I'll break it out at Thanksgiving.
ever wish you could share your love of comics and superheroes and collectible card games with your whole family? Now you can with Superpowered Smashmaster.
It's your friendly neighborhood superhero parody card game. In Superpowered Smashmasters, or Spasm? Can we say that?
Inappropriate.
In Spasm, you assemble teams of heroes and build decks around what your heroes can do. And what is it they do, you ask? Protect the innocent? Stamp out injustice?
No, we go find some rival heroes to smash.
Yes, because that's what superheroes do.
Tell them about the hero cards, and do it right.
Each hero has a special power. They can benefit your team, or they can melt your enemies' faces.
Right on. If your heroes smash all the other heroes, you win, punk.
Don't call them that. The game's content is appropriate for kids. I mean, most kids.
Not feral kids. Never hand your cards to a feral kid. Not if you want your hand back.
This is a parody game, lovingly crammed full of comic book cliches and pop culture references. Because we're nerds.
The content's rated G. I mean,
because we're nerds.
People rated
Yep. It's funny, like some of the things, like it's like story time,
Thanks for checking out our game.
and like you can play a comic book trope kind of type card, and it's kind of changes the whole gameplay.
Excelsior.
Whoa, someone said it's soup. Excelsior.
It's yeah, this one's a really good game, and then I also am a fan of. Well, there's Red Eye 4. Starts on May 15th. This is going to be a while. But I believe this has a game with it, yeah. Yeah. Because he's just doing Red Eye 1 through 3 right now. Man, look at that. It looks great. I love that he did this. This is how he...
Yeah. Yeah. Sweet. Look at that art. Holy crap.
It looks fantastic.
Yeah.
I want this book. And it's got cards and stickers. And
Luke is a boomer, confirmed.
I'm not a boomer. I'm Gen X. I'm actually what they would call Zillennial.
Zillennial.
Yeah, with the X, because I am on the younger side of the X. Yeah, really cool, man. I love it. I want to get more games on here. I've had people like, "Oh, are you going to do a site for games?" I say, "Well, it is. It's for my comics, crowdfunding home for comics and games. Get over there and fund your games.
Get over here.
Get over here. Yeah, this is good stuff, guys. All right, well, I think that's good enough for us today.
Yeah.
Lots of good stuff. We flipped the bird. We flipped the bird today, so that's good. I'm thankful for that.
Sweet. We lost whiskey.
We did lose whiskey. He's in the wind. Hopefully, he's okay.
Before
speaking of fun things, I did something for Rob Hunter on just taking a little break from my work duties, and I came up with this. And I don't know, like, this is me trying to emulate his style of drawing.
Oh wait,
that's not it. That's mine.
Oh, neat.
Not really mine. That was Russ Leach. Oh, look at that.
And that's Death Raider. So go back it's on the pink site, but I'm massaging him to come to fund my comic.
Pink site.
Awesome, yeah, it's an awesome looking book. This guy's an inking beast. So yeah, go check it. Death Raider. Really cool, good looking book. And
that's a prelim for the Shadow Kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be available first quarter on Fund My Comic. Russ Leach. If you want to sign up for more information on that, russleach.com. Go over there now. It's a public domain, first recognized American sword and sorcery story using Cull by Robert E. Howard, called The Shadow Kingdom. We're going to adapt it faithfully. Russ's artwork is just incredible. Right out of the park. It's just going to be a beautiful, beautiful book when it's out. Can't wait for folks to see it.
It really
and
is.
To read this. There's been a couple of so-called adaptions where they've kind of taken the story, but nobody's really taken the story and done it. We use as much Robert of Howard's prose as we can in order to get the story across, and but we try to show, not tell. So it's just phenomenal artwork by Russ Leach, and that's a prelim for a secondary cover that he's going to be using, that we're hoping to have painted. So just great fun. Just all of the great old sword and sorcery tropes with a set of shape-shifting lizard people thrown in for fun.
Much like the U.S. government right now.
Yeah, very much so.
Much like that, yeah. Dude, this is going to be awesome. I'm looking forward to that book. There's so much stuff I'm looking forward to. Oh, my God.
So much great stuff coming. Yeah, it's going to be
So
a great
much.
year for comics. Despite all the doom and gloom, it's going to be a great year for crowdfunding.
Right. Oh,
great products coming out.
I am never going to financially recover from this.
They know.
There's no way. I've got so much that I got to buy.
I didn't know he was part of the Liberty deal.
Who?
That guy you just ran.
Oh, Tiger King?
Oh, the Tiger King.
Clip.
Let's talk about buttered sausage. Talk about buttered sausage, where it comes from, what it does. Why is it doing what it's doing? Get it out of my face. Buttered sausage. It's not my jam. I don't buy jam. I buy honey, and I kiss it on the lips.
And I kiss it on the lips. Guys, we are going to exit today a little differently than we normally do.
Yeah. Before we go, remember to join.
Listen to Third Eagle's tune.
Yeah. And
listen to
remember
30
to
Eagles
join the
too.
White Percent Kaiju's mailing list. Spread the word.
Today we're gonna exit a little differently than we normally do. Guys, be careful because your microphones will still be on when we do this one. We do want you to go out there and build up more than you tear down, leave the wood pile higher than you found it. You guys know the drill. We want you to be careful out there, but what we want you to do is we want you to have a very, very thankful Thanksgiving. I want you to be safe with your family. Enjoy yourselves and think about the good that's out there. There's a lot of bad that can really get you down, but find the things in life that really mean a lot to you. Even the hard things that have brought you where you are, we got to be thankful for our journey, no matter where it's taking us, because it's honestly, it brings us to the people that we have in our lives right now. So we're gonna exit the way we came in. We're gonna enjoy a little bit of what are we having for Thanksgiving? I'll tell you what. Have a good day, guys.
Everybody sing along.
Sing along.
Love it.
got beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, rams, hogs, dogs, chicken, turkeys, rabbits. You name it! Look! I got beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, rams, hogs, dogs, beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, chicken, turkeys, rabbits. You name it! Beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, rams, hogs, dogs, beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, chicken, turkeys, beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, rams, hogs, dogs, beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, chicken, turkeys, rabbits. You name it! Beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, beans, greens, beans, greens, beans, 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 greens, potatoes, tomatoes, chicken, turkeys, beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, chicken, turkeys. You name it! You name it! You name it! You name it!
Name it.
Yeah.
Feel it?
I feel it. Drop the potato like it's hot.
Really?
Beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, rams, hogs, dogs, beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, chicken, turkeys, rabbits. You name it! Beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, rams, hogs, dogs, beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, chicken, turkeys, beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, rams, hogs, dogs, beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, chicken, turkeys, rabbits. You name it! Beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, beans, greens, beans, greens, beans, 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 greens, potatoes, tomatoes, chicken, turkeys, beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, chicken, turkeys. You name it! You name it! You name it! You name it!
This is awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Not very crazy dancing.
Not too crazy.
That's awesome.
Happy Thanksgiving, folks.